D&D. The group saved a girl from the streets who was destined to be perhaps a witch. They fought with some mage hunters to get her back and set out on the expedition. Those are pretty well the highlights of what happened last week. Pretty straightforward.
Didn't we kill
Man
Lenora?
drowned.
Oh, right. At the end of
Revived
the...
Edward's
yes,
father.
that's right. That's right as well. Revived Edward's father, who needed some therapy.
And of course, the worst witch in the universe
On the
made
expedition.
made him lose his mind. Let's not forget that.
What do you mean? She's not the worst witch. She did exactly what you'd expect a witch to do.
Cause more chaos and mayhem and
Yeah,
pain.
that's like getting mad at a trombone for being loud and sarcastic.
Well, okay.
And not getting their notes exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Right. Okay, so as you set out on the ship, you were 3 weeks into the journey when you had a large storm. One of the crewmen were washed over the edge, and unfortunately, despite everybody's best efforts, specifically Sveltna and Leslie, he was washed away. So, a memorial is held for the lost crewmen. Spirits are low on the ship for a time, but when the ship reaches the pack ice, about a week later, the crew becomes focused on the expedition once again. The steam engine has been used sparingly up until this point, but now, when the sails aren't enough, the boiler is fed with coal and the engines roar to life. As the ship begins breaking the ice can be heard grinding against the side of the ship as it makes a path.
It cuts a swath.
Eventually, after a few days, it's more like a week. The weather takes a turn, growing cold and stormy. It isn't long before the ship becomes stuck in the pack ice.
Well,
This is your fault, Edward.
I didn't do nothing. I'm the one who said
That's
we should
exactly what you did wrong.
have brought a pickaxe.
Now,
Les has an idea.
they expected this to happen for the ship to get stuck at some point. Although, despite going out in the spring and summer season. So they begin unloading the tools and to prepare to attempt to free the ship. They bring out pickaxes, axes, and saws, and the crew gets out onto the ice and begins working away at the ice to try to free the ship. Do I have your tokens on this page? I believe so. So I'll just get you guys to roll initiative here, and we're going to have, this is sort of the crew working to free the ship from the ice.
Hey, Benzel, really quick question. I didn't ask previously. Is Jack Wembley on this expedition? Like, did he end up getting accepted, or?
He is.
Okay.
Yes, he is. Jack is here with you.
Hey, who is he
All right.
again?
It's
Rosemary's-
Rosemary's
Lover?
boyfriend, kind of courting her anyways.
Mhm.
So I will let him know that we're like
Mhm.
on the expedition and whatnot. I'll give everybody else the heads up.
Right, he does know you, and you, of course, you see him quite frequently. I mean, it's only a small crew, and especially since you like cross train and you sort of do work with different people at different times, you do spend some time with them, all of you, at one point or another.
I'll
He's
approach him and say, now watch out for that Leslie. She's quite the harlot.
he sort of
Gorgon's like,
raises
"Leslie
an
used to be
eyebrow
a
and
man."
says, "Truly,
Still
she's
ain't-
been nothing but friendly to me."
Yeah, that's
Oh,
how
boy.
it is at
Too
first.
friendly.
But then, once she
I
got
see.
you in her trap, she's gonna trick you.
She's the
I'll
proverbial
be sure to
man-eater.
keep that in mind.
If you had seen Leslie with poorly trimmed facial hair, your attraction would be dead in its tracks.
She made her own penis disappear. What do you think she'll do with yours? No, I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. I don't say that.
So, the Artisan Cole very quickly decide that the ship needs to be freed, and they send the crew out to get to work. It's rather cold out, so what I'm gonna do is, as you're working, I'm gonna have you make those weather checks. Versus the cold. So what I'm going to do is each turn, people are going to make 2 fortitude saves. That's for 20 minutes of being exposed to the temperature. You get +5 from the
clothes.
+5 from the clothes. Yeah,
+5?
and
Okay.
I need to refresh. Yes, +5, and then if you do a survival check DC 15, you can gain an additional, I believe it's +4. I've got it written here. My page. But if you do that, you will take a penalty to your strength, which is what we're trying to use to free the ship from the ice.
Benzel, if I may.
Yes.
Gorgon, so the
Yes.
steam engine generates heat, right?
Yeah.
Would there be a way for Gorgon, like, because we're probably sending most of the exhaust up through, I'm guessing, like a smokestack or something?
Mm-hmm.
Do I think there'd be a
Yeah.
way to divert some of that heat to the front of the ship? Kind of how, like, a bubbler works in Muskoka?
You potentially could do that. There's a certain lack of materials for doing it. You could potentially do it. You are unsure of how effective it will be, though, because the ice is, it's gotten so thick to the point where the ship can't break it, and the weather is so inclement that the effect of the heat might be negligible.
Even if he were to, like, try and heat up the plow so it cuts better?
Well, it is a wooden ship, so it's not made of steel.
In my mind, it was an ironclad. Okay, it's cool. I'll get out and dig.
No.
Should have made a steel
Okay.
ship.
So, I'm not sure what all these... Oh, it's people. Okay. So I'll just get Gar and Edward to do a initiative.
Oh, of course. My apologies. I'll select my token and click the button. A lovely... I rolled the 3. Edward's initiative is always trash.
Matches character. Sidebar.
Okay, so
Did you just sidebar yourself?
also I'll... Yeah. Okay, so Gorgon, I will have you open with your 2 fortitude saves.
Okay.
And if you use survival to increase your to increase your score, you will take penalties to your strength check.
Sorry, I misunderstood that from the first time. You take
It's-
you take penalties if you roll the survival because you're not.
Yeah, strength penalty.
Yeah, because it's supposed to decrease overland speed and stuff. So I'm taking it that it sort of takes up a bit of your effort to remain warm with survival.
Okay. 1 second.
And I think the DC for the survival is like 15.
Yeah, 15 plus 1 for every check you've made.
Okay, 1 second. So it is.
So basically, this is sort of a race against time type
Yeah.
situation because if you're not, yeah, because like, I mean, you make progress regardless, right? But if you don't make enough progress fast enough, the ice will just refreeze. And
So with my bonuses, it is 26 and 27.
so yeah, you are fine with the weather. It doesn't bother you.
And
I
sorry, you
will
want 2 strength
plus your
checks?
Strength. Just 1 strength check.
15. Not natural.
Okay. Believe that is a pass. The DC I set. Yes. So Gorgon, you go to work on the ice with a saw, trying to make the path wider. And Nameless Girl.
So I got a 10 and a 21.
Oh, I see. You haven't added your. Okay. So you begin to feel cold, like immediately as you go out there. The wind is pounding, and there is some precipitation that's snowing out as well, blocking a lot of your vision. You take. So you take 1d6 of non-lethal. So you take 4 points of non-lethal as your hands begin to go numb. And yeah, then your strength check.
6.
So you attempt to chop away at the ice with a pick, and you don't make much progress. Oh, Anna.
Okay, so Anna will make 2 fortitude saves. I'm not going to make the survival check because I'm probably going to fail it. This does not have the +5 for cold weather gear. So 25.
Oh, I
It
see.
It does
So we're
not.
at-
It does not include
yeah.
it. So 25 and 17.
Right.
I will
so
also
2 successes?
roll Roa's. Now, can I assume that
Unless
I
you
have
want
a
to
way?
leave her on the Oh, I guess you kind of
Yeah.
want
You can put
Well-
her inside your coat.
No, I will leave her. Well, she's gonna have to go outside eventually, but can I assume that I've got like a cold weather carrier for her?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. She has
Okay.
the same bonuses, absolutely.
Okay,
she's
cool.
inside an
I-
yeah. She's inside a thermos.
Side chat.
I will leave her inside the ship for this particular time, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind for later.
Completely
And my
acceptable.
stir is 7.
Yeah, I mean, and overall, like, I'm not gonna worry too much about Roa. I don't know if I want to really make your familiar freeze to death.
Well, yes, you
Um,
should.
So unfortunately,
Yeah, you should, but anyways.
Teach him for not subbing that ability out. Sorry, I'm being a
so
jerk. I'll shut up.
you, unfortunately, Anna, you sort of know that you're not going to be particularly good at this task, and you take an axe and you try to help, but fortunately, not very good at this type of work. Gar. 2 fortitude saves plus 5. So we've had 1 success so far.
There's a modifier on our saves from our item bonus, right?
Plus, yeah, there's 5 plus 5. So
Okay, there's my 2 fort saves, 14 and 13.
so Gar, the cold just cuts right through you as the fair Gambelonian weather has not prepared you for such biting cold. Your teeth chatter as you attempt to chop away at the ice. You take
Do it. Feels like a lich's
6
chill.
non-lethal damage and then a strength check, Gar.
Alright, Gar, what am I using my strength for? Like, just pushing?
Chopping the ice.
To chop away at the ice.
Alright, Gar gets out his sidearm.
Nice.
And picks a divine spot. to
So-
chap into
A
the-
divine spot.
Arete.
Gar.
Arete, guide the shovel.
Is the ice even?
Side chat.
Okay, so Gar, like, he starts going to work and just goes at the ice like a madman, just chopping wildly and with like full
I said
two-handed
divine strike.
overhead. Your arm is bolstered by divine strength.
Gar picks the perfect spot. The Rete tells him.
Because he got a nat 20, I'm going to count that as 2 successes. Leslie.
Leslie comes outside and is like, "Meh," and kind of growls at himself for not making endure elements. He,
This is why I wanted you to write out what you prepared.
yep.
So you couldn't just be like, everybody gets endure elements.
Well, so I really quickly, Benzel, do we still have that like compass thing that Drew's adventure gave us that gives someone protection from the elements, or no?
That's a good question. I don't remember if anybody took it or not.
I don't think anyone took it from the
I
party.
mean, I
loot.
assume if someone, yeah, I
Oh,
assume
no,
if someone
remember
took it,
buying
they would
compass.
know.
It
right?
was a party loot thing. Okay, no, we're
Oh.
good then.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't know
so
if
that's
ever
one-
repaired
oh.
it, but it's neither here nor there. If no one's claimed it, it's gone.
I'm gonna make it my own headcanon that Yang has it somehow.
All right, so I nat 20 the survival check.
So Leslie, yes. So you get a +4 bonus on your fortitude saves.
All right, so that's +9 including the 5. So 1, 2. So I nat 1 the
So-
second one.
Success and fail.
I like to think. Oh,
So that's going to count as 2 failures.
2 failures.
So
the nat 20 doesn't
Leslie,
offset
as
the nat
your nope, unfortunately it does not. So
okay.
unfortunately, as you're working away at the ice, you accidentally dunk your foot into the icy water,
Okay, I'll say that I
which
did step in
quickly
the water, but I wasn't gonna pickaxe.
gets very cold.
Yeah.
So now make a strength check.
And
And you take -2 to this because
I was not
of-
going to pickaxe. I was gonna move to the front and
You could use a saw.
I was gonna use
or an
bomb.
axe.
And I was basically
no!
I was basically gonna tell people that, one of my
Nah.
skills is that I'm a chemist and
you'll damage the boat,
and
Leslie. Don't do
I
it.
mix explosives together. So I was gonna move ahead like 20
yeah.
feet off the front of the ship.
I mean, he can sculpt it from hitting the ship.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hit the ship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'll throw it like 15, 20 feet in front of the ship.
Guess if you smack it at the right
Yeah,
place.
because I mean they still need a bit of runway, so that's
so
fine.
I'm gonna use a
So
directed blast.
okay, roll your tell you what, I'll let you roll your damage, and if it's over half, then it will count as a success.
Okay, so I rolled 20 damage.
So that's a success.
Okay. Cool.
All right, so Leslie goes a short distance ahead of the crew and explains that he's going to start using some of his own personal explosives that he has brought with him to help free the ship. Artis, at first, he suggests that you wait and save your explosives for later, but you are willing to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I'm also going to be really flirty with him.
So, okay.
Yeah.
All right. He doesn't seem to react to any flirtations yet.
I don't care.
So Leslie goes ahead of the ship and throws down an explosive, which seems to damage the ice a significant amount and takes a lot less effort than the backbreaking work of breaking the ice by hand.
Yeah, as Les is moving by some party members,
Edward's
he's like, let me
turn.
know when you get it freed.
Okay. So, allow me to double roll that. So, with the added bonuses, it's actually +9. So, the second would be 18. The
If
first one is
you-
27.
If you, yeah, it's only +9 if you do
Did the survival check.
survival check. It's +5 with the cold weather clothing.
Yeah,
you do
but
it?
no, it's
Oh,
+4 because as part of my Oracle's curse, I have +4 on saves.
Oh,
versus-
environmental.
Yeah, and I think cold is definitely environmental conditions.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. So, Edward, the blasting winds, although it gets into your face, it doesn't bother you all that much as you begin going to work on the ice.
So one strength check.
Strength check.
Here goes the boy. Oh, it's almost it was a 2, but it became a 19.
So Edward hacks away at the ice, helping Gorgon with a saw,
Get on the other side.
creating a path.
I'm doing my part. So, Mr.
That was
Mr.
So I've
Mr.
had many six. One.
Mr. Green Man, aren't you cold? Aren't you like a lizard or something?
I think we're warm-blooded. Huh, that gave me something to ponder. Thanks, Lamad.
Gorgon's turn. 2 fortitude saves. This time
Nope.
DC 17 and 18.
That is...
Am I cutting out?
No. I rolled. I smite thee. So 1 pass, 1 fail.
Oh, I see. Okay, you take. Oh, 1d6. Take 1d6 non-lethal. As the wind begins to get to you, and your strength check.
20, not natural.
Successful. So work starts really humming along as the crew begins to open up the ice. Work starts to go faster and faster. Nameless girl.
So 23 and 25.
Luke. Okay. So those are 2 successes against the cold. You're able to maintain your internal temperature as you go back to work on the ice.
That's what's up. 17 strength.
Oh, is it a success? Wow, you guys are doing really well on the strength checks. Nameless girl, you chop away at the ice as it gets longer and longer, and the ship begins to have enough room to try ramming the ice. Anna's turn.
So here's a question: can I aid other people on their strength checks? Because I think my strength is too terrible to like.
Certainly.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't have? I guess Gar did all right
There's like
last time.
Yeah, guarded well last time.
yeah, Gar's. I think he's got like the highest strength.
I'll aid him then.
Or wait, no, I don't know if he's highest strength.
I think Spelton
Alright.
has the highest strength. The rest of us are just +1.
Yeah, Gar's only +1.
Yeah, I always think that because he's a paladin, I always think high strength, but he's not that kind
Okay.
of paladin.
I guess I will aid other for Sveldna's next turn and hope that it becomes relevant. So here's my 2 fort saves.
All right.
7, so that's a fail, and 17. Sorry, 18, because my math's bad.
Okay, so 17 and 18. So 18. The second one is a pass.
Okay. So
You
3
take 3
successful.
points non-lethal. As
And my
the
strength check to aid Sveldna.
icy cold fingers begin to creep up into your clothing. So 10 is not a success. Anna attempts to help
Aiding.
you,
Aiding.
Gar, with tries to help you with like removing ice from your path, but she seems to not help very much. Gar.
This does not work for a woman. Go back on the ship, Anna. This is how it's done.
Like,
Wow, he tries to help and
I attack Gar.
Gar has very
that's a
narrow
pass.
gender view.
Was that
That's-
your
that's
strength check?
That's a strength. I'll roll the.
Okay. So the strength is successful as Gar continues to go wailing at the ice with his axe. Oh wow. And because of all of the activity, you seem and your temperature seems boosted by all this work.
Need to be warmed up, Anna.
You just insulted me. Goodbye.
I'll warm you with my breath.
I wasn't insulting you. I was stating facts.
Leslie.
Gamilonian science. It's my turn. Leslie.
Fucking
will,
say Chad Ghost.
Leslie will continue to use. Actually, no. He's already shown off. He's gonna move over to like one of the men working and be like, "Excuse me, could you help me hammer the ice?"
Why, certainly.
I think I was brought on for more of my
Just
brains
like
than
this.
my bronze.
Just like this, he says, as he like gets an axe and does that thing, like the practice swing where he
Yeah,
He
he winds
big
up.
spoons you, and
Oh!
this is
Oh.
how you do it.
Oh, you're so good at this. Oh, dear. Can he assist me now?
No, he's just showing you.
Oh.
So you make your 2 fortitude saves.
Oh, right, I forgot. Maybe you could do it for me. I sort of stepped in some water. My foot is freezing. Hey, can since I nat 20'd survival last time, could I keep it? Could I?
No, that was last time.
Aw.
You already got a bonus from it.
Yay! Take that.
So
you
2
goddamn
successes,
GM.
and then then a strength.
Fine. Just because I don't want to waste time trying to get this guy to do it for me. 11. Ooh!
Well, I mean, he's
think I
like
broke a
working too.
nail.
So,
Yeah, I know. I want
getting
to go
him
for me.
to do your work isn't going to accomplish anything.
It will from where I'm sitting.
So unfortunately, you're not very effective with the with an axe.
I'm gonna go
Carl,
back
look
to using
into
bombs.
your. I'm not sure that you look into your mutagen. You might be able to use it
I
for
could.
strength. I'm not sure if you have to set what ability it adds to at the beginning of the day or not. I'm
You
not
do.
sure. Edwards,
You know,
Oh,
when
do
you're-
you? Okay.
That's okay.
I
I
mean-
can just use bombs.
When you're not strong enough, use drugs, steroids.
That's what I do.
All right. So here's my fortitudes. So that's 17.
I'm still convinced that my...
Yeah. So the lowest is 18,
Okay, that's a pass.
and
Definitely a pass.
yeah, the cold doesn't do shit to me. And here's my strength. Oh no.
Surprised. As the cold seems to be affecting the rest of the crew, except for you. It really doesn't seem to bother you. Although, as you're working away with the tools, you are using a pick, and it slips out of your hand and plunges into the water.
Ooh, dab.
Oh, well,
Oh, get it.
excuse me, I need another pick.
Oh,
I seem to have
It
misplaced
quickly
mine.
disappears. Organ's turn.
Les is turned off again as quickly
There's,
as he
of
was
course,
turned
more
on.
tools for you to use.
Side jet.
Okay.
Gorgon.
So 2 fortitudes. Sorry.
19 and 20 DCs.
19 and 29.
Passed, and that's passed. So the weather doesn't really bother you that
And I
much
only got
as
9
snow
on
swirls
my-
around you.
My strength.
So unfortunately, you don't make much progress with the saw as it seems to become stuck in the ice. You notice that it seems like the water is beginning
also-
to refreeze.
Wait, wasn't I sawing with Gorgon? How could I lose a pickaxe?
Well,
Yeah, you switched it up.
Okay then.
No, I'm better off on my own. Oops-a-doodles.
I'm gonna
Keep it
do you
inside
need
chat.
do you need more help with the saw, Gorgon? No, it's roleplay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, roleplay is fun.
Gorgon says
the
hop
side
on the other
chat.
end.
Everything inside chat. Only the DM speaks out loud in the mic.
Yeah, hop on the other end of the saw under the water. Nameless girl.
I failed my fortitude
That was the
saves.
other reason why it makes sense. Oh, those were your fortitudes. Okay, so the wind cuts right through your clothing, and you're really feeling it. You've already taken a bit of damage so far, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I assume that you're keeping track of that. You take 10 points of damage as like you really feel like your clothing isn't doing anything to help you. And your strength, of course.
9.
So, unfortunately, you don't make much more progress as the ice begins to as the water begins to refreeze around the ship. Anna's turn.
Looking over at Selna, like, does she look? She's like in. a bad
She's
way,
like
or-
shivering, probably. How much damage have you taken out of curiosity? Probably not. Like, how much health do you have?
14 non-lethal.
So you're okay. You got
Okay,
lots of
so
health,
like, she seems a little cold. Yeah,
Alright.
not as cold as I
Well.
thought.
We'll wait for now then. I will try to aid her again.
It ain't that cold.
So Fortitude 1 is a fail. 2 is 19. Is 19 a
Okay,
fail?
so they're both fails.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was 1920.
Good.
So you take 3 points of damage. So you're feeling the cold, but you tough through it more or less. Strength check.
All right. What am I thinking?
Oh wait, you were aiding.
Well, yeah, I
were
still
you-
make a strength check.
Who were
though.
you aiding?
Selna. Well, I fail again, so.
So you try to clear ice for her, but doesn't seem to help very much. Gar.
Gar will pick a
Russell?
new spot. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Gar will pick a new spot.
I think that there's a bit of
Delay for Benzel.
Okay.
I think that there's a delay for me, so I say things and you guys don't hear them and right away. Okay, so that's your fortitude. And it's just +5.
+1 is strength, and the +10s are fortitude.
Oh, okay. So 2 passes with the fortitude. Unfortunately, you seem to start losing steam as you're chopping away at the ice, as many of the crew members begin to head back into the ship as they begin to get too cold for the work.
Well, it seems like it's time to give up.
Ooh,
Now,
Leslie.
if we stop now, it's just gonna ice all over again.
Leslie seems to be. Leslie's kind of moving around. So if I don't know if any of you guys ever had physical jobs, but that person on the job site that does more moving around than actual work.
It's called a foreman.
Yeah, it's not.
Right.
But so anyway, that's Les. Like he's started at the front, then she moved to the back. I'm gonna do that a lot, and so she walks over on her way back to throw another bomb at the front. She well, you're not supposed to take that as insulting, but it's not obvious if anyone's ever done a construction job before.
Well,
I'm not saying you're weak.
Just saying you're bad if that was your job.
No, it's like, have you guys ever done like a construction job before?
Anyways, what are you doing?
So Les will go over to Sveltna, and he'll say, or she'll say, I've got something for you. Sveltna falls in the water.
Who are you talking to? Sveltna, you said?
Yeah.
Spelda says, now might not be the time. We're kind of busy.
Yeah, I know. She rubs the back of her neck and moves away, and goes back to the front and does another directed blast. So 19 damage. So I think that's over half.
I'd give Les a directed blast.
Yeah.
All right. So success.
So Leslie goes out in front of the ship again and throws down another bomb, which explodes, freeing up some of the water. And Edward's turn. Two fortitudes. Edward.
All right,
Can
ladies.
you guys hear me?
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the easy rolls. So that is a 19 and number I'm sure passes. And
Yep. Edward is pretty well completely unfazed by the weather.
But
Although his work with the tools is less than superb. He seems.
I like to think he
growing
looks in the
tired,
water at the
perhaps.
pickaxe sinking, and he's like, don't think we'll be able to get that. But yeah. I think this
At
pickaxe is a
point,
goner.
There's very few workers left out trying to clear the ice. Gorgon.
Now, when you say that, are you saying like it looks like a lost cause, or?
By the end of this turn, there will be too few workers, and it will be too cold, and the ice will overtake you by the end of this turn if you're not successful.
Could
Find
Gorgon
another way.
Can Gorgon deploy one of those charges I mentioned earlier? So basically, it's a grenade that does force damage, and it's only effective to objects.
You could. Now, this is like your personal.
Yes.
What is this exactly? It's
Yeah,
you've made
I
this
call it a
yourself.
breaching charge. It's basically just it's like a grenade, but he places on doors and stuff to use as an explosive that is meant to like breach doors and objects.
Now, you can use that, but the ship also does. They do have explosives of their own that you can use. They were just hoping to save as much as possible, and that's why the crew was out here working to try to see if they could do it. So,
like, if this ice
if you really
really
want to, you
closes-
can use.
Sorry, here I'll continue
They'll
forward.
probably just resort to.
So
They'll
yeah,
probably just resort to using explosives.
okay, sorry for that. The delay is funny.
Yeah.
Sure. So what I'll do is I'll try and do the tools. Okay, 19 first fortitude save, 26 second.
So 1 fail and 1 pass.
And 12 was what I got on my strength check.
Okay. So the cold gets to you a little bit. 4 points of non-lethal. Unfortunately, you don't really make any progress with the ice, though, as it's closing back in. Nameless girl.
A 14 and a 25.
Luke. Okay, fail and a pass. 2 non-lethal. As some of the backsplash from the chopping freezes you.
Then we got a not natural
And
20
Your fortitude.
on strength.
Oh, that's the strength. Okay, so makes more progress, chopping away the ice and hauling it out of the water. Anna.
Two fails this time. Hooray. I might just go back on the boat, guys. I
Okay.
might freeze to death out here.
That's right. The
Yeah, I
lady
guess you
should
don't have
stay
much
inside.
HP. 4 points
Gar was right.
of non-lethal as the wind chills you to the bone. You really make fitful progress. Gar.
Oh, sorry. Gar will look for anyone who's succumbing to the cold. Do I have to make a perception to?
Well, most of the
check around?
crew. Yeah, sure.
God, critical.
Okay, so there isn't many crewmen left outside. Most of them have already become cold enough that they went back in. You do see that Artist Millen, the leader of the expedition, he seems rather cold. Anna seems fairly cold. I'm not exactly sure what her HP is at, but I'm pretty sure it's significant.
Yeah, I'm at half.
Yeah, so she's at half. And if you're planning on healing someone, just so you know, non-lethal, you heal double the amount.
Oh, nice.
You need healing, I'm
Alright.
pretty sure.
But do I have to be like in a warm environment first because of it being cold, or can
Yeah,
we
I'm not
literally
sure
just-
how that. There is that rule. I'm not sure if that overcomes healing. I guess it does. It sort of makes sense that it would. No, you know what? I'm gonna say healing is okay. But
Okay.
if you wish to recover by natural means, you definitely need heat.
All right, Gar goes over to Anna and says, "You should go inside, but here, be warm." 20 health.
And a divine warmth spreads through your chest and body
Your chest.
Don't touch me.
as you are as the. Well, because when you feel warm, never mind. And you feel reinvigorated.
I never knew I could invigorate you so, Anna.
Oh my god. He's such an old pervert.
So is that your? I guess that's kind of your turn,
Yeah.
Gar. Leslie.
Hi, everybody.
Leslie.
Okay. Sorry, it's your delay. So I will go use some more explosive at the front. And it looks like I passed again. And I forgot to do my fort save, so I'll do those now. It looks like 2 fails, including a critical fail.
So you're gonna take an extra d6.
Okay.
You know what, Beard? After reading over this environment, I think that I'm gonna reverse what I just said, but I'll allow what just happened to be
So
fine, just
magical
'cause it did,
healing
so.
in the future will not help us unless
I'm gonna
we
say
are.
yeah,
Okay.
unless you're in
40,
near heat. But like,
Got it.
even if you like, I would even accept like people making like a bivouac or something if they were, you know what I mean, under extreme. Like if
Right.
they had no other means, I would accept that.
So yeah, let's,
so yeah, you take 16 points of non-lethal.
So Les is shivering like really badly. Her foot is frozen in soak. But she uses her explosive in another directed blast away from the ship and is successful. And that's pretty much that. She gives sad puppy dog eyes to whoever will look.
Gorgon sees ya. Gorgon doesn't care.
Well, you have a barbed penis, so I'm not
Edward.
interested.
Alright, so Edward will do the same thing he always does. Fail. So wait, 7 plus 9, 16. And
Fail.
what a bummer. And strength 11.
So, finally, as the crew begins to pack it in, and Artist calls it a lost cause, Edward, you don't really make any more progress. As everyone begins to give up and head back onto the ship. Unfortunately, you're stuck here for some time before the weather changes and the sun comes out and heats up the ice enough that our Artist determines that it is a good time to use the explosives. The ship becomes trapped in the ice for close to a month before you're once again able to free it.
Wait. We can't have a meeting or anything to like. We
Don't
just have
you
to
run out of
give a
fucking
month?
food
Absolutely.
or
You
something?
like?
Yeah, because that's a lot of provisions to
Oh,
blow.
this is like. It is, but like, yeah, you guys can, if you wish to do some sort of, yeah, you can in the
Okay, yeah.
meantime.
This is your fault, Gar.
I think it's,
How is this my fault?
You angered Arete, and she bequeathed us in this tomb of ice.
Oh my god, I never even thought of that.
Gorgon, I can tell you're mocking me. You're not a spiritual man.
I know the Bible better than you do, Gar, and I've been reading up extra stuff because I know this would be my tomb.
The ability to memorize does not make you a believer.
Got you there, Gorgon.
Gorgon,
Gorgon
it was you who was supposed to review the technical specs of this vessel.
And I did. There was nothing wrong with them. It's
Then why
not
are
my
we-
fault this ice beset us.
This ship is not functional. It's been defeated by the first ice flow.
Speaking of not functional, I think this conversation serves no purpose.
Like, shouldn't...
So
if
let's
the
stop
ice,
arguing.
If the ice is thick and we can walk, I mean, we can't ship, shouldn't we just walk?
Christ, Edward.
This is no laughing matter. The ship will resort to cannibalism if our provisions run dry.
Jesus Christ. The
But we'll only end up eating the wheat.
You go straight to cannibalism. We can fish. We can survive. Guys, I can.
we'll have to rape each other to survive. Wait, Gar, I don't think.
Worst case scenario, I can shade walk our party out of here and back to fucking Abbott Shore, no problem.
It's about more than us.
Since
I don't
when?
think you can shade walk across water.
Sure, we can.
And just so you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not a huge depletion of resources. Like they've got enough resources for like a very, very long time, like years.
Okay, in that case,
Jesus.
Will,
Yeah.
will the animals be all right? Because they were.
Well, the
to, like,
animals is a little bit
seal
more
and stuff,
tricky.
right?
That's correct. Now, there are pardon me. There are you haven't seen any seals yet. Up until now, they have been giving them fish and stuff. Although it's not like they didn't bring any food for the dogs. Now, the ponies are a little bit different because they require fodder, and so their resources are a little bit limited. Of everything, they would probably run out the fastest out of all, like.
Well,
you
can
and
always
crew
eat a
and-
horse.
So in that case, can I, at some point, like before the month goes by or whatever, I have a spell called Lay of the Land that lets me know about the geography within 3 miles. Is it possible to, like, Anna pretends to go scout one day and then cast this spell to see if there's anywhere that the
Absolutely.
ponies can, like, eat? Okay, cool. So it just gives me a...
I'll come with Anna to protect her.
I want to go with Anna because I want to talk to her in private.
I'm not.
I
want to
go with Anna.
I'm not going very far. I'm literally okay. Well,
I'm still gonna come with you.
I mean, I just
So,
want to be in guard with it.
as you-
so I get it. I basically just get a bonus to like knowledge geography about this area. Like I can use it for this area even if I haven't been here before. Do you want me to roll that as well, or are you gonna say that?
Okay.
Well,
Well, it works, but I'm just gonna pretty much straight up tell you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys are sort of right in the middle of the pack ice, so you're not even close to the continent yet. So as for food for the horses or for the ponies, you're really not gonna find anything here.
okay.
Although with your use of geography, you do find a location of open water that is it's a distance away, but not in the direction that you guys were gonna go, so it would probably be easier to go in this direction. It's not really going to take you off course per se. It's like, oh, here's open water, let's go in this direction to try to help us get through all this pain in the ass ice.
What do you mean? Like the ship should go there?
I think what he means is, even though it's further
Yeah,
away from our
like-
direction, it seems counterproductive, but we're easier to go with the flow than carve a path through thick ice.
But we're frozen in the ice, aren't we? Like it's irrelevant because we can't.
Correct. So, well, perhaps it's not really irrelevant because it is and it isn't. It's like right now you can't get there, but in the future it will be helpful, like to continue on because
Okay,
you found open water.
I mean, if we're gonna be here for a month, like I imagine Anna's gonna do that a lot. Is I will just move like a fair distance away from the ship and cast Lay of the Land over and over again to see like if I can find somewhere that the ponies can eat, and like also just try to get a good idea. I mean, we're not doing anything else for a month. I might as well find out sort of what's around here.
Yeah, we're doing downtime if there's a full month to like sit on a ship.
Yeah, if you like, you do whatever you like. I mean,
Alright.
I wanted to glaze over it because, I want to move on with things. But yeah, you guys can RP amongst yourselves for a little while,
No,
for sure.
let us bullshit on this boat.
Anna.
Well, that's why it was kind of...
Anna.
Anyways, yeah, you guys can go. Oh, as for looking for food, because it's pack ice, like, nothing grows. It's just like a sheet of... It's like just ice over water, so... Yeah, there's like nothing that grows there. They do eat plants, so yeah, there's nothing really for the ponies to eat at all.
Damn, I am completely useless here.
How's the crew's morale? Like,
When they get stuck, it goes down a little bit. But Artis, he organizes like you have like some not feasts necessarily, but sort of gatherings together, and they have like little like shows. At one point, like they hold like a talent show where everybody shows off what they like. They have some performers and people who can dance, or everybody just sort of shares what they can do to help bolster spirits. So it's not terrible. You also, Anna, you take the dogs out onto the ice for exercise to get them free of the ship a little bit.
Oh, can I come? I want to help Barry Bones. He's my favorite dog.
Absolutely. And Gar, you had something to say?
Is there anything suspicious that happens on the ship? Any, like, mischief? I don't know. No vandalism, graffiti, loud, strange noises, dissent.
Nothing particular like that happens. Although, so everyone except for Gar and Sveltna, as the journey continues, as you wait here, you feel more and more committed and invigorated for the expedition. Sveltna and Gar, though, you don't feel quite the same. Gar, you have a strange dream one night that you are lying in a small boat gliding across smooth, unbroken water. The boat propels itself with seemingly no means of propulsion, simply of its own volition. But you feel a presence as you lay in the boat, as if something is watching you. You look over the side of the boat into the dark water below, and you see shrouded in the darkness a great, huge, unflinching eye watching you that fills you with dread. That's the extent of the dream that you remember.
This dream has meaning, I'm sure of it. It's definitely not the normal
Sveltna,
kind of thing.
you have a strange dream as well. You dream that you're walking on the pack ice and you're heading towards the pole, but you dream that your brother is with you for some reason, and he's pulling on your sleeve, trying to pull you back. And that's the extent of your dream. Gar, there was something else that you wanted to say?
Gar wants to actually hit up Gorgon for a knowledge religion check of the ancient demons and evils that Arete vanquished from the land, and see if I know of any like greater evil that maybe a sea creature with a giant eye, something like that.
Let me think, Gorgon says. 22. I'll throw this at the DM.
And what was this check exactly?
Knowledge religion on if it has any sort of historic significance in the Aretian books.
Aretian?
That's the people of Arete.
Now,
it's like Christian, but you're, Aretian. Your Gamilonian is your race, your Aretian is your religion.
I thought he was an Aretite.
Is that what they
yeah.
are? Arete?
No, I like that better.
Okay. Well, Gorgon keeps calling you an Orishan in error because that's what the hobgoblins call them.
Okay,
Hobgoblin
so a
cannon.
knowledge 22 religion check. You don't know of anything from Orishan religion. Yeah, it doesn't strike you as anything in particular from Gar's religion. You don't think it's a holy vision.
Gorgon says, Gar, after combing the Orishan Bible and the demons in it, it seems completely unique to you, my friend. I don't know if this dream has any sort of overt religion significance. If so, it's not found within your holy texts. Follow that up with a knowledge dungeoneering, maybe?
I'm gonna do it
based on the
planes.
description of the thing.
It is quite
Adults are
possible
talking.
that this
19
evil beyond what any paladin of the Aura has ever encountered.
Dungeoneering's +7. 12.
It doesn't. It perhaps sounds like it could be some sort of aberration, but you're not sure. And like whether it's just like Gar fever dreams, really unsure.
And 19 planes.
Edward,
Mm.
your religion, of course, you don't uncover anything else. Your knowledge of the planes. Now, you do know and have heard that the pole conducts wild magic, and it is possible that like the natural magic of the area could perhaps be having some sort of interplanar effect on Gar, but whether that's the case and it's just like Gar having wild dreams, you're truly unsure.
I tell him, Dad, I say maybe the wild magic is making you having some bad dreams.
Gorgon says, well, you are charged with the light of an outsider. Be that as it may, that is ultimately what Arete is a powerful being from beyond our own cosmos.
I guess that's true. I mean, I guess it's good that she seems to be good. Most of them creatures coming from the outside have been trying to eat our faces.
Gorgon tells Edward, oh, why indeed. Arete is quite good. She left her own home realms to help us mortals.
Cool, yeah.
What Gorgon said.
That's amusing.
Perhaps you'd like to read about the Golden Book of Arete.
Oh, I know a little bit.
It's got many wonderful stories.
Let me see what I know about Arete. I know a little bit.
Your favorite story? Well, a story you know is of a man who cured his disease by splitting an acorn and giving half to a bird and the other half to a shrew. And when the shrew returned with not an acorn, but a pine cone, he was cured.
What a coincidence. That's my favorite story. It's
not necessarily your favorite. It's a story that stuck out to you, though, Edward.
Top 10.
I like the acorn story and the book of Arete.
Story.
You know the little squirrel and the acorn?
And the shrew.
Somehow, yeah, the shrew. Somehow that spoke to me about how no matter how many nuts I gather, nobody will ever love me. No, that's not what he says.
Okay. So unless anyone else has any more individual stuff they'd like to discuss, we shall move on. Okay. So, after close to a month, the weather breaks. Well, the weather breaks after a couple weeks, but a couple weeks more, and it begins to warm up and it begins to free up some of the ice and just make it a lot easier to break through. Gorgon, you set up some explosives in a path ahead of the ship and detonate. It causes quite the display, which many of the crew members have never seen before, explosives. But it does break up the ice and allows the ship to continue on.
Gorgon adds a little bit of his color agent. Gorgon adds a bit of his color agent, so when it goes off in lines, it like shoots up different colors per charge.
So, in that case, as the demolition happens, a cheer rings out from the crew as they smile and sort of congratulate each other, and spirits are boosted as the ship plows on and continues on.
Has the crew taken up any pastimes for boredom? Is there any trends?
Oh no.
Poker game,
Les has a couple pastimes.
so that Russ can get them to stop doing it. This is unholy.
Well,
Stop.
they have taken to playing a Teresian game. It's called Toss Ball. It's basically like it's sort of like a football game type game that they play out on the ice, pack ice sometimes.
Contact?
Toss ball.
No. It's
First,
not
step
contact.
1, take a ball. Step 2, toss it.
Can we all appreciate how dangerous it is to play a game on pack ice?
I'm pretty sure you guys are all
it's
sick of
frozen
Gorgon's
solid.
oboe by now.
Yeah,
It did
and
so both
there's
plays.
also music. There's a Gorgon with his oboe, and then there's another crewman who plays like a stringed, like a small guitar type instrument. And the ship is freed from the ice and continues on.
Is there any
Oh,
good
finally.
gossip that's been going around in the whole month we've been...
I hear Gar's gay. Who keeps saying that?
I can't believe it's been
Well,
a month
there's
and Leslie
gossip
didn't even
around.
try to bang me once. I guess I'm lucky.
Yeah, there's totally gossip around Leslie and like how she's so seemingly promiscuous.
Even when
Lance,
she
if you
hasn't
want to
slept with
do
anyone.
some sort of check, if you want to do some sort of check, you could potentially seduce someone if you want.
No,
It's
not
up to you.
yet. I think it's more fun for there just to be rumors flying, but nothing's actually happened yet.
Okay. All right.
But
Yes,
what's
so,
Rosemary's
those are-
boyfriend again?
Jack Wembley.
All right, I am gonna try to seduce him soon.
Oh, are you?
Are you gonna test
Do it.
his
Okay.
test
Do
his devotion?
Yes.
It's an idea.
In fact, I'll do it now. What do you want me to roll?
Make a Diplo check.
Sure.
So at some point you find yourself working one-on-one with him as you're tasked with scrubbing one of the decks. So you try to meander into personal conversation about him and like his past and stuff, but he's not very receptive of you. He actually gives you a bit of a cold shoulder as he rejects your advances.
I'll try again. Don't worry.
The fuck did she do?
Sure.
I'll wait till we're drinking.
So, Corgan sets off some explosives. The crew cheers. The ship is free from the ice and continues on.
Finally.
So they begin making really good time now. The ship gets stuck here and there, but very minorly. It just takes the crew getting out and perhaps an hour or two of work, and the ship is freed again. There are a couple times where explosives are necessary, but it doesn't get trapped for quite as long again. After a couple weeks, you see shore. You see the ice shelf off in the distance. And that really begins to raise spirits as everyone is ready to be free of the ship and be out on the land proper.
Has Gar seen anything cool to shoot with his bow? Keeps sharp. Like some little seals or something?
Well, at one point you see some whales, like some
Detect
basically killer whales.
Detect
Shoot
evil.
at them. No, they don't. They don't
Smite
seem
evil.
very evil. They seem pretty neutral.
Gorgon, could you fashion me an arrow that could shoot into water and hook a creature?
Sure, it's
Yeah,
called an
I
arrow.
mean a harpoon.
You want me to make you a harpoon?
Whatever you want to call it.
Gorgon says, I could fashion you a harpoon. It will take, one moment please. How much is a harpoon?
It will take
I want
billion
a
years.
harpoon arrow.
I
I want to be able to use my bow.
I'll-
couldn't tell you.
I'll think
I don't
it
know if
over.
that really works.
Wouldn't an arrow
Yeah.
just
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
underwater? Like,
I think Matthew told me there's specific.
Actually, when you shoot an arrow into water, the water resistance will slow and stop the arrow.
Yeah, but even bullets
You-
will only go 4 feet or so
Yeah.
in water.
Yeah, it's even the highest caliber bullets don't go very deep into water.
I know that for bullets because the shape, but anyway, okay.
I mean, arrows even more.
There's like arrow fishing though. There's like bow fishing and shit.
Yeah,
There's also dynamite fishing.
I've seen videos. Of
Yeah,
arrows
if you're
shot
trying
into water.
to like shoot something with a rope attached, yeah, there's gonna be like there's specific items for that.
What about just a
Um,
diving arrow? You're shooting things that are under the surface.
Yeah, could
Gorgon
potentially
suggests,
make
Gar,
like, a
why don't you
special
just
arrow.
place some sort of apple on Edward's head and shoot that off for practice?
No, I mean I
Tell you what, Gorgon can make alterations to some arrows so that they can travel twice as far in water, but you take a -4 penalty to attacks.
Sweet, that's great. I'm happy.
Gorgon doesn't make them. He keeps saying he'll get to it.
All that.
No, I actually got an extensive crafting list, so he's pretty busy each day working on something when he's off duty.
Gar butters up the ship's engineer.
I mean,
I made you cookies.
yeah, there is someone on the ship who is able to do that for you, Gar.
I actually took craft
Who's
weapon
not
making.
Gorgon. So you have your arrows. So you're gonna try and shoot these whales? Is that what I'm? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna shoot the
Can
whale.
you guys hear me?
The
Yeah.
arrows are just for later on. I'll let you get back to your story.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, the crew sees the ice shelf and they become excited. When the ship grows close, the excitement starts as the journey on foot is about to begin. The day comes as the ship comes within miles of the ice shelf, and the pack ice becomes too thick to break under the ship. The captain suggests, and it is decided that the ship will stop here to be unloaded. Nearby, there is a large congregation of seals that are using a large opening in the ice for access to fish. They make a racket, but are relatively friendly creatures, showing little fear of humans. Dogs take interest in them and chatter on to each other, speculating on how these prodigious dogs lost their fur.
Anna, what are they saying?
I say that.
Whoa.
What did the seal say, Anna?
Uh,
Don't kill us. Don't club me.
At least no clubby.
Do the seals say? They discuss the different fish that they've been catching. And they comment on the strange creatures that are walking on two legs. They speculate that they must not be very good at swimming.
That's how I hear it in my head. Hi. How you doing?
Yeah.
If Luke was
exactly.
here, he'd say sidebar.
Yeah, but he's not here and he's a whore.
He's too stoned.
Before
remember?
the crew begins to load gear, Artist wants to show everyone something. He takes the crew out onto the ice and tells them to listen closely at the ice. Artist himself brushes snow away from the ice and goes on his hands and knees, putting his hat-covered ear to the ice. Listen to that. You'll never hear anything like it anywhere else, I suspect.
Ain't that like real cold?
Right, he's got a hat on over his, and he brushed the snow away, so I mean, you know. So those
Gorgon
of you
listens.
that do, who put your head onto the ice, you hear something.
Les puts his head. Oh.
Artist says, that's the seals. That's the sound they make when they're underneath the water. Of course, this is slightly muffled because of the ice, but you can hear quite an astounding thing, isn't it?
We're not gonna kill them, are we?
Gorgon's got a club in one
Well,
hand, looks over.
I have reason to believe
Be
that we
using them for
demons in the depths.
They're like just meat, right?
demons.
Yes, I've had some
What
disturbing
makes you say that, Gar? Disturbing dreams, you say?
Absolutely. I happen to have an uncanny ability to sense evil, and I am worrying. I'll tell you more when I know more.
Well, best not to spread it amongst the crew. Possible that some of them are superstitious, and we wish to keep spirits high, of course.
Yes, we should.
But if you are
pray.
troubled by any more dreams, be sure to let me know.
Yes.
Why don't you
I
talk
have
to Anna?
heard
She's a
of-
dream interpreter.
People,
Sorry.
I have heard of strange dreams when people are here, but it's a strange place.
Gar remembers a conversation he had with Anna about dreams, but dismisses.
Gorgon explains that they have a legend of Rakhishna, which is a goblin so annoying that no one could kill, so they had to freeze him to the North Pole in order to get rid of the filthy blight forever.
His name was Grimmel.
So, the crew begins packing the gear into the sleds and unloading it off the ship with, basically they're like small cranes, more or less, like,
Hoists.
people-powered cranes, hoists, yes. And they begin hauling it over the pack ice towards the glacier, which will give you access to the continent proper. As you're doing so, as the crew haul the cargo through the area where the seals are, they begin to disperse, many of the seals making their way into the water. Suddenly, you hear a great roar, and something smashes through the ice.
Sea monster.
It's Rohingya!
Finally, a little bit of action. And by that I mean, oh god, no.
You guys want to hear another
Great
knock-knock joke?
powerful tentacles reach out and wrap around a seal, which shrieks in horror as it's dragged towards the creature.
Stupid seals. Didn't even see this monster coming.
My paranoia has served me well.
Like all those seal tokens. Dude, that's so good. Oh, there's a wagon far away.
Benzel, I somewhat felt like you'd have a customized seal token for each seal. I'm really glad to see I was wrong.
Yeah, I know.
That's a lot of friggin' work.
There's still like 2. That's a 3. It's not 2, dude. 3 seal tokens. It's pretty
Benzel's
good.
a madman.
I especially like the effect for the ice and the water. And apparently the ice can break in multiple ways. You madman, what have you done? That's crazy. We're
So
fighting
creature
seals.
smashes through the water
Man, look at that fucking
and
thing.
grabs a seal, pulling it closer to itself. As it draws the seal in close, it begins slashing it with the I'm not sure what to call those, scythes near its body. As it does so and cuts the seal up into small pieces, it then eats the small pieces.
Fireball.
Like mandibles, or do you mean like it has scythes for hands?
No, those like weird little scythe arm.
Well,
things.
just
It's
take
not-
look at
that's-
the pictures.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's got like little.
Well, let's see.
Miser beast, yo.
Okay, so I kind of
Yeah, it
forgot to
appears
do
our
this, so I'm going to do this
tokens
right
are not
now. Oh, aren't they? Oh, you know what? It may take a minute to load.
Apparently
'Cause
on the
they
mantis,
should be here.
on a mantis, the scythe arm is called the raptorial foreleg. So there you go. You can use that.
Oh.
Raptorial,
interesting.
man. Whoever named the fucking praying mantis should have gotten an award because they just called it the coolest shit and gave its body parts the coolest shit. Sorry, can you guys see our tokens? Is it just my problem that's loading,
No,
or-
I can't see my token.
No, I believe I was mistaken that they're not
Okay.
here. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to copy and grab and.
All the dogs have
Yeah,
custom
sorry about
tokens.
that. I thought that they were.
Bring both my genders because all my
It's 'cause
alchemical
those are your-
allocations are changed sex.
You don't have to worry about it right now. But
I'm just gonna switch back and forth every turn.
go ahead. Roll a.
It's so hard being a woman, Anna. Help me.
Oh,
I'm a man
but,
again.
but I miss it. I wish Anna would have been more helpful. She became a
Mine
little bit
is taking
sympathetic
forever to load a page.
towards the end. She didn't even tell me what to how to deal with the
Hey, what do
blood
you-
flow. I thought you were gonna be like, get some cotton, roll it up.
Well, no.
You're gonna keep those secrets for yourself, eh?
Yeah, throughout this whole trip, Gorgon's been calling you a he, just so you know.
That's
I
fine.
do not think Anna wants to have that conversation with Leslie.
That's fair. Would Gorgon
Are you hurt?
would Gorgon be willing to make Leslie some kind of tampons?
What the fuck?
Gorgon
Would you-
said no to Gar to create underwater arrows because he's busy.
Yeah, but like
Do
underwater
you know how
arrows.
little shits he? Yeah,
That's
Gorgon,
useless.
I'm bleeding, and I need you to create me tampons.
Do you
Why
want to
don't
get
you
hunted
change
and killed
yourself-
by a polar bear?
Jesus.
Don't you? What? He says, good point. Why don't you just change yourself
So
back
you
to a
can
man?
That's
So
not
you
an
can-
option.
Problem solved. Go away.
All right. Okay, so you can start in one of those 2 green squares that I put out, and guess I better add you guys to initiative, and then you can roll initiative. Oh, you just moved. Oh. You.
It's all right. You said we could start in either green square.
But he's trying to get us all for
Yes,
initiative.
I know. And then I was trying to. Yeah,
you know-
and everybody kept moving.
I'm sorry,
It's-
TM. Don't
it's okay.
tangent me.
It's cool.
No,
I
it's
can add
alright.
myself to.
Side chat, please, that you gotta worry about.
Stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I can't get off the boat.
That's all the players. Oh, I was experimenting with dynamic lighting here, so. Yeah, there you go.
Sveltna would ask,
I put in a layer that you can see.
And quickly, how many seals we need to feed the dogs?
Let's kill the monster first.
Do we need to worry about this right now?
Sorry, say that again?
Well, I mean, sorry, I kind of missed a bunch of stuff. Are we here to get food for the dogs?
No, that
No,
monster popped through
no,
the
there's a
ice.
monster.
No, we gotta deal with the monster.
Oh no. That burst through the pack ice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Where are we?
So
Yeah,
are the
Leslie, to your
dogs-
changes, Gorgon's very indifferent.
Are the dogs
What are you
canonically-
not indifferent towards?
Science?
Barebones, no.
Look, Leslie, he made a light bulb that was slightly brighter than the most recent light bulb. Isn't that amazing?
Actually, I like science, so yes, I think it's cool. I can do science.
Oh yeah, you like science. I
And
think
you
it's
do
cool.
magic. There's a difference.
No, I change genders. That takes science.
That took magic. You realize you're just copying a magical elixir.
Well, isn't magic technically just
And
one
Gorgon.
more form of science?
Sorry.
It's alright.
I did roll it. I just couldn't get it entered. I'm in.
Okay. So,
Magic by
Gar,
taking
you
out?
see a sea beast. Sorry, so what about your token?
I would like to start on the ice, please.
Oh, you can't get him out?
You just have to go down to the wood at the bottom. And
Uh,
there's like a.
Oh,
there's an
yeah. I
exit
think
there.
All the
the
gangplank
you
loop.
can get through.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'll brush up on my
Okay, so-
black teeth.
Gar, you see a sea creature burst through the ice and grab a seal and drag it towards it.
Maybe we should just leave while it's eating the seals.
Gar immediately raises his hand, squinting and detecting for evil. What is this creature? Is it the one from my dreams?
Would it register as evil?
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah, it's evil.
Okay. Yes, it is evil. Gar holds up his bow in the air, and oh yeah. What action is detect evil? Move action.
I think it's a standard.
It's free action, isn't it? Oh, really? Standard?
Yeah,
I
it's like
couldn't
an
tell you.
ML.
Also, it's only 60 feet. So.
Uh,
Oh, is it really? I thought it was like free action.
okay. In that case, I guess it'll have to take an action if I got it to use it.
Yeah, it's
at
kind of too
extended
far
range.
away, anyways.
All right. Gar will. Is anyone looking? There's just this chick beside me, but there's no crew members around, right? It's Leslie.
You don't know
Can I
me?
cast?
I just
Less.
never got it. I forgot to put those tokens down.
Okay, no worries. I'll just shoot a single arrow then. 26. At the
I
creature.
believe that is a hit. Gar notches an arrow which streaks towards the creature.
And I'll smite it as a swift action. So is it an outsider?
It is not an outsider.
Maybe an evil dragon, Gar. Evil dragon.
Is it an evil dragon? No.
Nope.
Okay.
Damn it.
It's only plus.
So, how much damage do you deal?
18 damage, one arrow.
18 damage. So your arrow streaks forward and embeds itself deep into the creature's hide, which howls. 70, or no, that'll be 80.
Yeah, detect evil is a standard action, though.
Okay. There you have it. Okay. It gets to go.
Awesome
So
sounds.
Oh my god, it's from
Creature
Subnautica.
moves.
Sweet.
Creature moves forward, smashing the ice as it moves towards the dogs. Where are we?
Oh. The dogs I've become attached to because I gave them a name.
I don't see
so
berry bones.
it lances. Oh, those are okay. These dogs here are not the ones that you've named.
I don't care anymore.
Its tentacles streak out and attack the dogs. So the first one is not a hit. Second one. Grab. Okay, the second one is also not a hit. It has 4 tentacles. Not a hit. Oh, that one is a hit. So it grabs one of the dogs and begins pulling it towards him. Because the dogs are all chained in like a lead, it begins pulling all of them towards it. And then suddenly other creatures begin smashing through the ice as well.
Oh, hell no.
There. One comes up. And here, this one attacks another seal, and this one comes up here.
I mean, so what are we gonna do? Do we care about the seals?
Slay the creature. The creature.
We gotta protect the stuff in the
Gorgon's turn.
So what is this cart and what's inside it?
It's just like one of your depots of supplies.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need that.
So it's like basically a collection of everything and anything. Basically, it's a depot, which will be one of your locations where you gather supplies to continue on.
Leslie says we do need to save the seals.
Gorgon.
Food.
Gorgon. Are these dogs attached by a rope or a chain?
They are attached by a rope.
Gorgon charges the rope in attempt to slash it to free the dogs.
No, they need to pull the supplies, Gorgon.
So Gorgon's going to cut the dogs free. So do you want just an attack roll on the rope?
Certainly.
Or do you want me just to go straight to damage?
Oh yeah, because it's an object, yeah, just go straight to damage.
Okay. So 10 damage to the rope, which I think is enough to completely break the rope.
Alright, you run forward and slash the rope, which frees the dogs from the sled. That was your objective, or just
Yeah.
to free the dogs from each other?
Just from the sled, and Gorgon shouts to Anna, "The dogs are free! Call them! Call them back to the boat!"
Now, as you do this, though, you get dangerously close to the beast as its tentacle lashes out and attacks you. Okay, 1. So it makes a wild swing at you, and its tentacle slams into the ice instead of hitting you.
Not in a dramatic, the ice
Amos
beneath
girl.
me is going to crack fashion, right? Oh, can I also do knowledge dungeoneering?
No. Yes, you
Knowledge
can.
dungeoneering, and so the first one's dungeoneering. 13, and the next one's nature. Hold on, I put more ranks into that.
I'm
I
gonna
also
do
did-
my dungeoneering now since my turn's coming up.
So, okay. So basically, Gorgon and Nameless Girl, all you're able to determine is it is indeed a aberration, and it's something that's called a miser beast. But outside of that, you don't
I'm just
know.
going to do a knowledge nature as a follow-up, 26. It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't really know a lot about these creatures with nature. Yeah, nature doesn't really reveal anything.
And my turn's over. Thank you.
Nameless Girl.
So I already picked where I started. Do you want me to stick with this now that the new enemy has popped up? Like, can I move somewhere else in this green square?
Well, no, you gotta stay where you
Okay.
started, right there.
Uh,
Oh, shit. I didn't
Okay.
see that third one.
so I moved to here. There's a third one? Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Alright, so I'm gonna move to here and start. I'm gonna throw a dart at this one.
Okay.
23 for attack.
Is a hit.
So it does 5 damage, and then it needs to do a fortitude save.
Okay.
How is it already poisoned?
No, I
Sorry?
think he just has the damage involved in his macro. That's why he's rolling a fort save now.
No, I thought Luke said he needs to roll a fort save.
12.
Because he was hit by
The
poison.
enemy needed to roll for it.
Yeah, my darts have poison on them.
12 fortitude. What was your poison? DC 16. What is this? Bloodleaf
Bloodleaf
residue. What does it do?
Uh,
2d12. Okay, you've already
yeah.
got it there.
Initial effect is 2d12 hit
Right,
points.
so it
and
does
then
18 damage. So that takes down to that. And then it does 1 con, so let me look at its score and see what that does.
the one
see
con
if
is
we've got an odd or
secondary
even.
damage.
Oh, that's secondary. Oh,
So
okay.
half
So that's
until I go
not.
dead.
When does that happens? Like what? A minute later or something?
Per round.
Oh, okay.
Or
so
sorry,
it's
no,
next
1 minute.
round. Okay.
1 minute.
Eh.
Sorry.
Late. 1 minute later. Okay. So Sveltna reaches into her cloak and draws her gear and draws a dart, which she throws at the creature, just stabbing or pricking the creature. What's the range on the dart? It must be pretty slow.
20
Not that
feet.
it's very far away.
20 feet, that's
Okay,
why.
so you just take -2. Oh wait, no, that'll hit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I measured it.
and now on to Anna's turn.
So I did roll a knowledge arcana like when they came up. I got 25. I know they're aberrants, but
Yeah, they're aberrations. Yeah, they don't really have anything magical about them.
okay. So Anna moves.
Like they don't have any like spell-like abilities or anything, as far as you know.
So Anna moves, and then she will take out her beast whistle. I bought a canine beast whistle and blow it and try to like encourage the dogs to run back here. Shall I make a handle animal check?
Okay. Yes.
26.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty successful as the dogs begin to run away
Trying to get them to come back to the
towards you. Now, as they do so, some of them go through the Miser Beast threaten area,
Fuck.
and it gets a.
It already used its attack of opportunity on me, if that matters.
We gotta save the supplies.
Also, Benzel, you can add 18.
Oh wait, that's the wrong.
You can add 18 HP back to that monster I hit. That dart was not poisoned.
Oh, you did it wrong somehow.
Yeah. I screwed up.
Oh, so you just threw a dart at it.
Yeah.
So as one of the dogs are running away, a tentacle lashes out and wraps itself around it. Okay, so return 18. 95. So that was what, a standard or a move? You got any actions left, Hannah?
I mean, I have a standard, but I'm not gonna. That's fine. That's it.
Okay, Edward.
All right.
Nice to know that Anna doesn't meet your standards.
Edward really wants to save
Wow.
the supplies. He doesn't really know how he's gonna do that, though. So I guess I'll just. God, that's kind of annoying, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will do a ranged attack with my crossbow. And I will attempt to attack this one here and say, "Go away, you bad monster."
Okay.
18 versus AC.
So that's a success. Oh,
For piercing
you
damage.
take careful aim with your crossbow and fire it into the creature's hide. It doesn't seem to hurt it all that much.
Damn.
Leslie's turn.
Leslie. Bomber's Eye. So there's no range penalty for this. He will try to throw. I'm not going to use any weird
Why
bombs
is there no range penalty?
because he's got Bomber's Eye.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stick to regular bombs. That way I can explain them away as like grenades and shit. Before I get into weird stuff. 15 touch attack. And if it hits, it's 18 damage.
Oh, but Bomber's Eye is an extract though, so
That's an extract?
how no, you didn't. Yeah.
Ah, shit, man. I thought I actually had it as a feat. No, okay,
So
no
you'd
Bomber's
have to-
Eye. So, I
No,
take a
so
penalty.
you'd have to,
I'll just accept the penalty.
it's only -2 anyways.
Yeah,
It's a really, really big animal, so
I have this
don't
in the
worry
wrong
about
spot
it.
on my character sheet.
Big aberration.
This needs to be over here.
So you throw a bomb. What was your? So it's still a hit, dealing 18 points of damage.
Woo woo.
So Leslie runs to the bow of the ship and throws a bomb down at the creature, which explodes, searing its flesh. It once again wails out in pain and frustration.
Oh, yeah.
Russell?
I really wish I had my undead healing.
Yeah,
Russell? Okay.
Gar takes aim, launching a volley, full attack round of arrows at the creature. Each of these attacks are at +5 because of Smite Evil. So I got 21, 32, and 27.
All hits.
And each of these attacks are at +6 damage. So 20 damage.
Are you focusing on one creature?
Yeah, I'll shoot them all.
Oh,
Is there
I-
one?
Interesting question, though. If you walk on ice, do we have to spend 2 movements? Is it difficult terrain, all the ice?
Because it's not smooth ice. It's like got snow and stuff on it, so you're good.
Okay, cool.
But now the areas of broken water, you can attempt to traverse that with a acrobatics check. If you fail, though, you fall into the water, of course.
Man, I wish I was Yang. I was gonna jump on that shit.
It's almost like design this encounter for people with good acrobatics.
I know,
And
right?
then-
It's almost like he wanted to nullify
Got
the extremely OP.
Guarded 49 damage. To the
Okay, so the first attack was.
What?
Oh, is that in total 49?
Yeah. Because each of those arrows are at +6 damage from Smite Evil.
Shit, we're
Okay.
dealing with evil.
So-
stuff.
Three glowing holy arrows streak forward and strike the beast with the vengeance of Arete as the creature recoils in pain from the attacks. The miser beast turn.
Wait, play the sound for me.
It
Ah, there you go.
Yes.
So the miser beast, it draws the 2 dogs into it, close to it, and goes on to sort of chop them up and begins eating them.
Just eat the seals, idiot.
It then lances its 2 other tentacles out at Gorgon.
Gorgoner.
Goodness.
Can even cast spells. I would cast Chill Other on Gorgon, maybe.
So Gorgon, 2 attacks. The first one, 21
21's a miss.
attack. Second attack is a 25,
25 is a hit. And I am not wrapped.
dealing 11 points of damage. So its first tentacle strikes the ground where you are. Its second tentacle attempts to wrap around you, and you sort of spin out of its grasp, but as you do so, it kind of rakes you a little bit. This creature below you begins to break the ice around it. See what we can do here.
Sound.
Breaks the ice here and here. So the goods begin to tip into the water.
Guys, we gotta get those supplies.
And it moves forward. And this one up here is going to also break through the ice.
Bam, bada, bam, bada, bam, bam.
And it moves towards Felt now. It's gonna break the ice here and here.
I just want to say this is a really impressive map, Matt. You guys
It's
are gonna be
alright.
so
Yeah,
disappointed when
this
I
is a
pick up.
really
A
fucking
lot
cool
of-
combat. Like it starts
okay.
to
I'm
hop
gonna
or
be
move
so
and shit.
disappointed when I.
You guys are just in for like hours of sorrow.
Yay.
This is why when we went
Yeah,
good GM,
this
bad
took
GM,
quite a
good
bit
GM,
of-
bad GM, I hated going after Benzo.
Yeah, it's fucking bonkers. Oh,
Yeah, so the miser beast, its tentacles, like, it basically smashes through the ice with its tentacles and begins swimming towards you in like, and its movements have like this really ungainly sort of unnaturalness to them. Gorgon's turn.
Gorgon still has the rope of the cart, right?
Sure.
So Gorgon's gonna take
If
the
not,
rope.
you can just pick it up close by
Yeah.
with it.
So I'm guessing if I move, because I'm gonna basically attempt to drag the cart back on the boat. Like, so I'm gonna pull this way, which would turn the thing this way.
Okay,
So I had moved.
you can do so.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15. Do I move at half speed because I'm dragging?
Yeah, I will request a strength check as well, I guess.
Now, I do have that belt you made for me, the heavy load belt. So I actually have a pretty unreal
Right.
drag strength. Like, just depending on how
Okay,
much
well, I'll
weight-
give that to you then. Well, it is a lot, but it's like you're dragging it, you're not like lifting it. There's a lot of factors that make it kind of hard to determine. So but you do have the heavy load belt, so I will give that to you. But you will provoke an attack of opportunity.
I will take it.
So here comes, as you attempt to move away, pulling the goods, a tentacle lashes out at you and attempts to grab you. Fortunately, it doesn't hit you
Okay,
as
so that
you
was
move away from the
one
creature.
move, 2, 3, and that's 2 moves. So I'd like to rotate, if possible, rotate this cart towards me because like I'm basically dragging it by that part.
Yeah, sure. So I'll allow it to be rotated about this much, something like that. And I'll move it a little bit.
And yeah, I think the dogs
it
went on
seems
Anna's
like
turn.
it's not it's precarious. Yeah, the dogs dogs continue running towards Anna. They go up the plank onto the ship. Nameless girl's turn.
BRB.
She pretty much just wants to give this thing a target so it doesn't strike the ship. So she's just gonna do a 5-foot step. Quick draw to her bow and fire her bow. At 1.
Okay.
17 to confirm.
Yeah, I think you're good. So you this creature like rearing up in front of you is quite terrifying, and you step back and draw your bow and notch an arrow, but you do it a little too quickly, and as you go to fire, the arrow just kind of like you go to fire the arrow and it just kind of like almost jumps out of the string and just kind of like, have you ever done that with a bow where you go to fire it and the arrow just kind of
Right,
goes all
sideways.
wonky right where it is and just sort of falls? Yeah, like it doesn't even really go anywhere. Yeah. Yes, that's basically what happens. Anna's turn.
Okay, so 2 questions. Question 1, is there anywhere on the boat I can hide to, like, cast spells?
That is a good question. Yeah, everybody seems rather distracted by what's going on. And because the crew is just like unloading goods from the ship, you can easily get behind like some boxes and stuff too. Although it's, I obviously don't have them on the ship here, you can easily
Right.
hide to cast a spell.
Okay, that's good. Question 2, so I can't see anyone's health bar, but Luke said in chat he's about to die. Is Felton, like, really badly hurt? Can I even see
Oh no,
her?
I'm fine. It's just
Oh,
I was like
no, I
17.
think it's
If
just
that doesn't
because there's
confirm,
this-
he was like, no.
Yeah, we
no.
don't see. I don't see
Oh,
anybody
okay.
else's HP bars except Leslie.
I like that
Alright.
though. That's more intense.
Yeah, that was sort of by design. Yeah.
In that case, Anna will... I suppose from here I will simply just use my slumber hacks on... It's too far away, is it? Sorry guys, just 1 second. I believe. Yeah, it's 30 feet, so I gotta get closer. Anna will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So down here. But there's probably no cover there, eh? Like, will people see me? Oh, I'm still too far away, so it's irrelevant. Anna will
You
double
could like hide behind the ramp, perhaps, like underneath store.
I am still too far away, unfortunately, so I will just do nothing.
Oh,
I'll take a defensive action, I guess.
Is your hex supernatural or a spell-like ability?
I believe it's supernatural. I'd have to exceptional. EX.
is beard cutting out for everybody or just me?
Just you.
Doesn't matter. I don't do anything. I'm just gonna watch this fight.
So Edward will attempt to help pull the supplies. So I will roll a strength or something.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just cutting out a little bit. So if I ask you to repeat yourself, don't be. Or if you don't hear what I'm saying, please tell me.
How
Cool,
dare
cool.
you?
Okay, so you're attempting to help Gorgon?
Yes.
Now, despite your low strength score, what I'll say is, like, you don't like just like Superman haul it out of the water, but you are adding your drag to his, which will significantly increase your ability to drag it out of harm's way. So I'll actually allow it to move a little bit more
Okay.
right now, despite the low strength. Because I didn't make Gorgon you do a strength, so
Oh,
I
okay.
won't force it on you.
Okay then. If I don't need to, I'll just help pull.
Okay, Leslie's turn.
Leslie's gonna. Oh, it looks like it might be in range now. Pretty close. Only 5 feet off. Does this help? Holy, this page is laggy. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
Lots of
Every
ice.
chunk of ice is a token.
You're mad, man.
Uses Benzel.
Alrighty
Yeah,
then.
that's
Throw another bomb. Oh, good. 29 touch attack, 11 damage. Actually, I probably could have used a blinding bomb, but that's okay. Maybe next time.
maybe one of these
So you
days.
throw it forward, and the bomb explodes amidst its face and tentacles, and the creature rears back, and it screeches. So you guys like that so much? Gar's turn.
I do like it.
I appreciate it. I did it for my monsters once. I made a whole sound effect for my.
Oh yeah.
Took me forever.
Gar.
Gar sets his arrows into the nearest creature.
I thought you were going to say
Arrete.
set his arrows to stun.
Oh, Arete's vigor or vengeance shall not spare even the creatures of the deeps. That's 27, 25. Or sorry, 27, 24, and 20.
They're all hits. It's a pretty big creature, so.
15 damage, 17 damage, and 13 damage. I need a freaking calculator.
So 32 and 13, that's 45 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's. Okay, so Gar's arrows, like, they streak forward, like, all hit like the body of the creature in different areas, and like they look like almost like white hot arrows as they streak forward and like hit the creature, and when they like embed themselves into it, they sort of like almost hiss as if they're like searing hot with divine justice.
That just gave me a chubby Benzel.
Divine justice. Yeah.
All right. So the miser beast in its make one last attempt at a meal. And attacks Feltna. Nat 20 is a hit,
Oh no.
dealing 12 points of damage. I guess I better confirm that. Wait, hold on. What?
Yep,
Yeah,
you're good.
unconfirmed. Alright, so here's the second tentacle. 24, also a hit, I think.
Sorry,
Dealing
the first
another
one.
12 points of damage.
Sorry, the first one was 12 damage.
Was
as
in
well.
that 20. Yes, so that's 24 damage so far. Third attack. Tentacle. 22, is that a hit?
That is a hit right now. Yeah.
Dealing 12 points of damage. Is your CMD 17 or lower?
No.
Okay. So it attempts to wrap around you, but you sort of parry the tentacle with whatever you've got. And the last one, 17, I do not think is a hit.
No.
Okay. Alrighty, so the other two, this one moves 5, 10, 15 to there. And it will make 2 attacks on Gorgon and 2 on Edward. So first, Gorgon. 9 is not a hit. The tentacle slams into the ice. 19, I believe, is a hit, Gorgon? Or wait,
Nope.
it might not be. 19,
It is
Gorgon.
not. It
Okay.
is not.
And 2 attacks on... So that's another miss on Edward.
22 is gonna be a hit.
And 20, Edward. I'm not sure. I think...
20? 20 is a hit, yeah.
Oh, just 20.
Yeah, that's my AC.
Oh, it is. Okay. So it deals 9 points of damage, and it grabs you.
Oh, okay. I'm having a bad day.
All right. Now this one moves forward. It smashes the ice.
I think I read an Oronian book where this
Oops.
happened.
Well, I can't undo that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Smashes the ice. Oops. And it moves. I'm not sure. Okay, that was its standard. So that's their turn. Gorgon.
So Edward is grabbed, or Edward is grabbed by a tentacle. Can I attack the tentacle, or?
You certainly can attack the tentacle.
I don't know, can you?
You know what? The real question is, should I? And the answer is no. Gorgon
Yeah,
keeps
if you want
dragging the stuff.
if you want to save the supplies, I'll be able to
5,
live.
10, 15. And that turns...
Remember, my curse is forsaken, so I'm not gonna be mad. It
He
just
died
fits.
saving our gear. Gorgon, that's an empty cart. Well, he died saving the cart then. Let's all have cake. And Gorgon's gonna spend the rest of the time dragging this up on the ramp.
Kike.
Oh, I see. You're trying to... Okay, as you do so, you do provoke an attack of opportunity.
Roger that.
So you turn it
Jesus.
around like this.
Let's have some kikes.
20's a miss.
Whoops.
You guys
Whoa.
like kikes?
Oh, I totally fucked that up.
No, none of the stuff was tied down.
Yeah, it's because they're grouped, and once you do that, it can get a little fucky.
I find group.
Okay, what am I doing?
Just frustrating.
Yeah. Okay, so attack of opportunity 21.
21's a miss. My
Oh,
AC is
lucky
22.
for you, because you got an at 20 on that grab. Okay. Nameless girl.
Alrighty.
So the miser beast bears down on you, slamming you with tentacles. Fortunately, you sort of make small leaps and dodges and are able to avoid it grabbing you, but things are dire.
As she's switching from her bow to her shield, she shouts out, "What are we doing?"
Bringing the supplies back onto the boat.
Edward says, flailing in the air as this creature's dragging him in the hole.
And also, if we have time, maybe save me, help.
Gorgon says, "Get back to the boat!"
He points to the
Alright,
tentacles.
Sveltna swaps to her shield and puts her bow away, and I'm gonna move like over here. So do you want an acrobatics check for like doing this movement here?
Oh, I think you forgot this
Yep,
dog
just like
on
a.
last
It'll
turn
be
there.
really low though.
Or the dog moves on Anna's turn. My bad.
This dog runs around in fear. Whimpers. You guys should feel
Alright.
sorry for it. Okay,
So I
yeah.
move there and I pull out my
So
shield.
yeah, you easily acrobatics over the broken water and stand with a shield.
I'm gonna fight defensively too.
Nameless. Anna's turn. Anna, Gorgon turns the goods towards you and begins hauling it up the ramp. The miser beast lashes its tentacle out at Gorgon and comes fairly close to you with it.
Yeah, it can't quite reach me. Thank God. So
Gorgon
Anna
yells
will
to
use
Anna,
her.
"Get back, hurry!"
Anna will use her slumber hex to try to get it to drop Edward, so it gets a will save.
Okay. Is there any sort of HD on that, or how does that work
Not on
exactly?
slumber hex. No. It's
Wow.
doesn't say there. A witch can cause a creature within 30 feet to fall into a deep magical sleep as per the spell sleep. The creature receives a will save DC 18 to negate the effect. Save fail, blah 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 blah. This hex can affect a creature of any HD. The creature will not wake due to noise or light, etc., etc.
There you go. Will 4. It
Well,
failed.
it sleeps. Goodbye.
So it falls asleep and
Drags Edward to a
its
watery
tentacles sort of go. Yeah, exactly.
It
No,
grips
I think
Edward
he
like a
just gets
teddy
rid of
bear
it.
and cuddles him close.
No. Oh.
All right. So yeah, it falls asleep.
Does it drop Edward?
Yep.
Okay, then I move.
Edward's turn.
10, 15, 5, 30. Alright, it's your turn.
All right. So I've been effectively dropped. In that case, I will move 1, 2, 3, and 4 or whatever, and I will help pull the cart.
That provokes. So here we go. Oh wait, it's asleep. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. So you go and start pulling the cart up the ramp.
Hells yeah.
Basically, once these tokens are out of the way, we'll.
You're
We
welcome,
can,
Edward.
yeah, just set it to the side and say it's safe.
You are my favorite person.
10 seconds.
Okay, Leslie.
Which one is asleep? Is it the one I've been bombing?
No, it's
Okay.
one
Oh, yeah, I see the
over
symbol.
the bottom one.
Okay, I will huck another bomb. This time I'm going to try a blinding bomb. So, 16 touch attack,
Okay.
20 damage, and fortitude save on this one.
Damage. Fortitude is 17.
That's a tie, so he passes.
Okay.
But at least I'm doing some right damage.
So, yeah. So you throw down a bomb at this sort of haggard miser beast, which explodes, actually blowing off part of one of its tentacles, the front end, and the creature sort of begins to slump down and go back into the water. Gar's turn. Russell? Russell, going once. Ruskers.
Quick, Russ, he's gonna sell you.
Moving on. So this one will. Let's see how far away Leslie is. Yeah, I can get Leslie. Can I get Sveltna too? Not quite.
Little bastard.
So it's gonna attack Leslie.
Hit.
25 is probably a hit.
Yep.
7 points of damage.
Ooh.
9 not a hit. 10 not a hit. 26.
Hit.
Dealing 13 points of damage.
Ouch.
And 20 for versus your CMD.
Most likely a hit. CMD.
Oh, wait, was it?
Yeah, it's a hit.
Oh, it was versus my. Oh yeah, my CMD is 20 as well. Damn.
I thought the grab. Oh yeah, I was misreading it. Damn.
Oh, Gar's back. Sorry.
Too late, you're already
Yeah, I'll
sold.
let you take your turn just after this. So another miser beast slams through the ice near Sveltna and roars out. So it slams through the ice as a standard, and or I guess a move, and then it will make one attack on Sveltna. It is a crit. 19 not confirmed.
No, AC is 25 right now.
Sveltna. Okay, 28 is a successful grab though, and you took 13 points damage.
AC standing for I can't be touched.
Oh, we ready?
Alright.
You missed your turn, bitch.
Yeah, I'll let you take your turn real quick here, Gar.
Okay. Gar just launches another volley of arrows. Let's see how I rolled.
Okay, who are you firing at?
The nearest one. So I got
Okay,
34, 30, and 22.
so your first arrow hits the creature, and it sort of shudders in pain and begins sliding back into the water.
Oh, good. Should I change targets?
You can.
Alright, I'll shoot the next two.
Just felt like going to die.
30 and 22.
Okay, so the next 30 and 22 is successful, and the damage?
17 and 13.
30.
Yeah.
So Gar's arrows streak forward and bending deep into the creature's midsection. There's two more of these guys still to go. Okay, so so this one will smash ice. Oh wait, it's asleep. So it slides back into the water and begins drifting downwards. So this one goes here and smashes more ice. Corgan's turn.
So, is this cart safely on shore yet, or no?
Well, I assume that you've only dragged it as far as you've moved, right?
Yeah. So Gorgon is going to resume dragging it. Oh, 5, 10, 15, and then 5, 10, 15, and pull it right up onto the boat with them. Gorgon says, "Edward, get off the gangplank."
Well, just wait for my turn, and then I will.
You have 6 seconds to get off that. Exactly 6.
I can probably make it in time.
Nameless.
Oh my god.
What are you complaining about,
You
bitch?
are currently. You have a tentacle wrapped around you. What do you do?
So I have like the grabbed condition.
Correct. You are grabbed. You are
Escape
grappled.
artist check.
Oh,
Fuck.
no.
16.
Did you get really low? I don't think that is high enough. Let me just look real quick. CMD, what did you get?
16.
Is a fail.
I knew it. Will you allow me to change in 2 move actions for another escape artist chance? I'll expend my move action for my quick runners. No? Okay.
Should have got
That
that
is
skill
the end of my
unlocked.
turn. Escape artist is a standard action, right?
Anna's
Yeah.
turn.
So I move 30 feet.
Yeah.
I got bad news for you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to help you at all.
I got even worse news for you.
You're going to die.
You're sure I'm gonna die.
Yeah, me too.
No! I'm the only one who cares.
Sorry, guys. I'm just doing like a frantic last. Yeah, I got fuck all, man. I will double move, I guess. To there. That's it. Yeah. Goodbye. So Anna's fucking like running to the end of the deck as she sees Nameless Girl like Svelta frantically trying to escape from this tendril
Getting
wrapped
these
around her.
tentacles wrapped around her as they begin to drag her towards the creature. The open hole of ice. Edward's turn.
I will run. Whoops. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will. Can I push the puppy out of the way? Can I go there?
Yep.
Thank
Move
you.
wherever you like.
Sveltner! And I can do shit. It's my double move.
You rolled
And
a
I will-
healer, you could save her.
I
Okay,
can't heal.
great.
Is she on the ground? She grappled.
Leslie.
Grappled.
That's a bummer.
I'm grappled too, right?
Nobody cares.
No, I know.
That one. Gar killed that one.
Oh, you're the fucking best, Gar.
So you're free. You're good.
Okay. Nameless is down on the ice, currently grappled. Are you able to?
Now,
Yeah.
You can attack the tentacles.
Okay. So that'd be a call shot. What kind of AC would that have?
What's the stats
Wow,
of
you're
the
not
monster,
sure.
Dungeon Master?
Yeah. You figure out what you're gonna do. I'll look up a called shot.
Um.
I already know the rules for the cold shot.
No,
minus
I've
4.
already got this all
Okay,
figured out,
cool.
guys. Don't worry about it.
So if I was to go down there, would I be able to feed her a potion even though she's grappled, or is that not possible?
You could. I mean, you'd have to acrobatics off the ship for starters, and then yeah, if you could potentially do that. You could move to here and then acrobatics off the ship, and then feed her the potion. Although I think it's still going to provoke an attack of opportunity, regardless of what you do.
It's gonna be easy.
Even if could
So
I move
it's
through
up. It's up to you.
Can I move through the dog space like that to avoid the attack?
You could like do an acrobatics down to me while also
Oh yeah,
like doing
I
an
see.
acrobatics to move through their space without provoking.
Can I do that without any feats or anything?
Yeah, I'd accept that.
All right. Well, I don't
As long
have.
as you have the acrobatic skill, you can do it.
It's acrobatics.
Well, I don't have.
So like, I'll say. Okay, so if you want to do that though, if you fail, you're gonna land prone and you're not gonna be able to give him the potion.
I know, and my acro is only +4. It might even be more effective if I just try to bomb the tentacle.
Acrobatics.
I'm not really sure what to do.
If he bombs the tentacle, is there like a certain HP that he has to hit for it to let me go?
Or do I think the tentacle
More or
would
less.
separate? This is a tough
You
decision.
can basically cut the tentacle in half, more or less.
All right,
Like,
I'm
chop
gonna.
it off if you deal enough damage.
I wish I still had my karma point from the last thing. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna try this call shot with the bomb. Oh dear. Man, the shit's. I clicked the button. It's just lagging. It's taking forever. What's the number? It says rolling the dice. Ooh. 14 touch attack.
14 is a hit,
Whoa.
dealing 12 points of damage.
Lucas is getting PTSD.
Yeah. Does the tentacle blow apart?
Now, unfortunately not. It looks severely weakened, but it's still dragging Sveltna towards it.
Okay.
Gar. This is
Gar-
when Russell's not here to take his turn before the monsters and Sveltna
Yeah,
dies.
and he missed his last
I'm
turn,
here.
didn't he?
I'm here.
He's here. It's all right.
Okay.
All right, guard takes aim,
Russell.
seeing
Gar, your
Spellman
turn.
peril. Mayate save her evil.
Now-
You can
soul.
sever the tentacle and free her, Gar, and
Now,
then she probably won't die.
Yes, you could attack the tentacle, or now keep in mind there's still 3 other tentacles, or you could attack the creature straight up, damaging its body.
Gar,
Now
what?
it has grabbed Sveltna in one of its tentacles, so
I'll
yeah,
try
act accordingly.
to straight
Can
up
you shoot
kill it.
3 separate attacks? Like, can you target the tentacle once and the body twice?
Yeah, like his full attack can be broken up
Sure.
between targets.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. First
Because then-
arrows
yeah.
for its
Absolutely do
tentacle.
that.
Second 2 arrows are for the body.
Because that would be clutch as shit.
Now it's gonna have insufficient damage to either kill it or sever the tentacle. Smart move, guys.
I don't think he would have
Hey.
killed it even with 3 arrows.
Wait, we
Oh,
just
gosh. Let me
I'll
play my
leave-
turn, guys.
side chat.
I'll even allow you to choose your attacks one at a time if you wish.
Okay, all of them on the tentacle. It's just. May Arete save her evil, undeserving soul. Oh man.
Looks like Arete has spoken.
That's smite, so 18,
So-
21, 20.
Really, Gar? I'm not in the business of saving evil people.
Okay, so roll the first damage.
You've changed, Gar.
That's 15. I get -4 because
15. So you successfully.
body part.
Right, I'm doing it differently though. It's not. I'm not using those rules. So your arrow streaks forward and slashes through the tentacle. It begins to writhe on the ground as it's been cut free of the miser beast. You can choose other targets for your next 2 arrows.
Oh,
You
that's
can fire straight at the beast if you wish.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just the body then.
And those are both hits as well, so you can go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, 20 and 15.
So that's
35.
5 damage. Okay. So Gar's arrows severely wound the creature as it howls out in pain. So the miser beast, it backs away from Sveltna and disappears below the water.
Cool.
This one moves forward, smashing more ice. Oh, if I could change the layer. And it takes the gangway down into the water.
Oh, there's a puppy under there.
Arf, arf.
Yeah, it's because of the layering
layers.
of the tokens. It was all fucked up. And it moves forward to attempt to attack the people on the boat. Gorgon's turn.
That
Gorgon
son of a
takes
bitch.
Fuck it. Gorgon charges it.
All right. Yeah, I guess that doesn't provoke. So, okay.
14 versus its AC.
Is a hit.
Oh, Jesus. Thank God.
Yeah, its AC is super low.
16 damage.
All right.
Death on road.
So Gorgon
And it has to roll.
Gorgon
a fortitude save.
charges forward and stabs it with a
Punching dagger.
Punching dagger? Question mark.
Yeah. And
How much
so it has
damage
to
did you
roll-
deal? 16.
And it has to roll fort save.
And a fort save.
DC 15.
21. It
21's
passes.
a pass.
Sveltna.
Stabilize,
Quick
bitch.
question. Quick question about the deck. It's not flat, right? Like, do I get any sort of cover or anything from the railings around the deck, or no?
Yeah, sure. Whatever the least amount of cover bonus you get is. I don't remember
Plus
what it is.
2.
It's like 2 or 4. I can't remember.
+2.
Plus 2. Yeah, I thought I was. So that's you healing yourself? Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal myself and start climbing up
let's
the front of
go.
the boat.
Okay. Anna's turn. Beard is AFK. Edward.
All right. So nameless girl seems like she's okay. So what I'm going to do then is probably make my way to the other side of the boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's my turn. I'm not sure if I take an attack of opportunity, except maybe if it did before this round.
No, I
yeah,
charged
you
it.
sure do. So, 24 is probably a hit.
Yep.
If you want to charge, you can do that as well.
Oh, can I do it? I'll do it, and I'll attack then.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, why not?
Sure, why
That's
not?
pretty much what I had
As
in
long
mind.
as it's within range and all that.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
good.
sure about the
You're
range
good.
and that, but
Charge is 60 feet.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
double move,
cool.
so there you go.
I
So
just
here's-
didn't want you to force you to have to walk up to
So
it.
20 versus its AC for 4 whole damage.
is a hit.
And just
The,
remember, your
creature is
AC, your AC is
is
reduced, Edward.
down, yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, by 2.
Well, it hits me for 24, so I'm still... Cool. So, what's that?
Well, right, but
It-
since
it's
you
just on your
charged,
next
you don't
turn.
take the attack of
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's on your next turn.
Oh,
It's
I see.
charging
Cool.
before it goes.
I appreciate this.
Leslie.
Leslie is going to.
Well, that way.
Leslie's gonna hop off the front of the boat. Oh, Seltna got healed, so she's no longer dying anymore, is she? All right.
Right.
So it looks like I want to go shoot bombs at this douche. Sorry, my map's lagging a bit. Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So it's only a small penalty. I'm going to throw a blinding bomb at this guy. It's 22 touch attack, 20 damage, and a fortitude save.
Okay.
Yes, felt.
I'm not going to bother with the fortitude save.
Okay.
Leslie throws a bomb, which explodes on the creature, sending bits of it flying. It begins sort of flailing as it sinks below the waves, and everyone is okay. Gives one last as
Yay!
it sinks below the waves.
Hey, Benzel, did this creature resemble the one from my dreams?
No, that's a good question. No, it did not. I am just gonna take a little break here. Be right back. Go get the refreshments. Do whatever. Luke, take a smoke. Be back soon.
Luke, take it. Wait
Alright,
till
well,
he gets
said
back.
it.
Wait till he gets back, then go have a smoke.
I should. Are you ready to go
Funny.
again? Okay, just give me a quick 5. No, because then he'll just keep going and I'll miss out.
Yo, I'm gonna give
Man,
you
I'm
some
happy
pure
Selma
mugs.
didn't die.
Yeah, me too.
I can also heal her, but you might.
I
as
really
well,
hope. I
because-
really hope he didn't make that one go under the water, just so he didn't have to kill me.
You gained 34 HP, Svelna, you whore.
Maybe I got a mulligan in Benzel's adventures, so don't feel so bad.
Also, I'm gonna probably get Thrindle to make me something.
He's not here though. Is he here?
Yeah, I know. It's not gonna be until we get back, so that I can start getting one of Les's extracts from you, and I can pour it into the vial, and then I
Yeah,
can keep it. And the
that's-
next day, you don't
That's a good
lose an
idea.
extract spot.
That's a good idea.
I wouldn't have minded having shield for that.
Man, the discoveries get crazy. I'm reading them over. Like the more power, the
Here,
higher
be
level
quick
we
smoke.
get. It's kind of cool.
The higher you get, whoa, man.
Exactly.
The higher you get, the crazier you'll be.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
What happened there, Luke? Like, how'd you take so much damage?
Luke got grabbed and he liked it.
It's better than yours.
Also, he's smoking.
Oh,
Oh, my eye, it's so itchy.
You don't need to know that.
No, it is.
You a bitch.
So, like, how would a familiar help me if I chose tumor familiar?
I don't know. What can it do?
Well, it becomes a familiar that can take the form of animals, but it's also a tumor and it can jump back onto my body.
It's not a tumor.
Familiars don't give a lot of bonuses. I don't know why you would take one.
yeah. Compared to your other discoveries, though, like I do hear what you're saying, Beard, but like versus an alchemist discovery, your discoveries are dope. Like
No,
better than a
no.
familiar.
I absolutely agree.
Mhm.
There, like, I think getting a familiar will give you like +1 on your will, and that's it.
A
Yeah,
+2 to perception.
Yeah, you get that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
it,
if
it
you.
allows me to take some of my extracts and turn them into spells, like touch spells, but
Because
don't
I
really
think
care.
the one thing you can do with familiars, but is sort of like the risk with them, is that you can
Draw a
cast
spell.
touch spells through them. So like, if I wanted to heal someone, I could have, and I've done it before, like
Have
have
Roa do
Roa
it?
run over, and yeah, it's just dangerous because they have half of your hit points. So like Roa has like
Mhm.
15 HP. Like if the only reason I didn't send it to go save Sveldno was because Roa would just get an attack of opportunity and die before she even got there.
Mine always comes back, but I have to pay gold to get it back.
Yeah, no, all familiars have that.
Yeah, I don't know. There's
That's-
some pretty
That's
fucking
why,
dope
that's why I
ass
didn't take
discoveries.
Matt's
Back.
deal with the devil because it was.
I mean,
like, hey,
If I was
do you want to?
It's sure. Let's ignore like a fun, cool story element, and let's just make. Let's just have a supermarket of familiars.
If I was better at making characters, my character would be way better right now. I know.
If
Well,
I was
he-
better at
he al-
this, I
he
would
already
be
has-
better.
He already has infinite potions, so I don't know what you're complaining about.
That's true. No, he because I should have done something different with my discovery, so that's okay. I don't care.
I always do that. Like once I get like 4 or 5 feet in, I'm just like, fuck.
Why
I
did I
wish I
do
just
that?
stuck to one tree.
Yeah, like I shouldn't have taken blinding bomb, but you know, there's no going back now because I've used it so much.
Really?
Wait,
Yeah.
you're
started-
regretting blinding bomb? That's a great bomb.
I know, but if I had just stuck with smoke bomb and now my stink bomb, because I think I'm gonna be leaning towards the stink bomb more often now, then I could have
Right.
had flight. I could have had flight this level.
Oh.
So I can't get it for 2 levels, and there's good options that it'll be in competition with. There's some cool
I mean,
stuff.
I personally am not opposed to you respecing between GMs. I don't know between adventures, but between GMs,
Right,
I
like,
don't think it's
Yep.
dangerous
After
precedent.
Benzels make a couple swaps.
Yeah, the only reason I wasn't gonna ask is because like I've used blinding bomb for almost every bomb I've thrown.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, man. Even like wizards and shit have a thing where it's like every 4th level, if you want,
That's
you can change
sorcerers.
some of your spells.
That's cool.
I think wizards have that too.
No, it's wizards by scroll, so they have like unlimited access to spells.
Matter.
With
Yeah.
sorcerers, you only have a specific
Well,
amount
Yeah,
known.
oracles have that too.
Yeah.
I think it's innate casters, maybe.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, like, because, like, with the skilled classes, your abilities are like your feats. You kind of have to plan ahead. Like, I need spring attack by 8th level, so I've been planning to have it by 8th level.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just taking 1,000,000 hexes because they are just like better spells.
I will not argue you there. They're pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Well, you know what actually kind of sucks that I was a little disappointed in?
Ow.
I was looking up the shamans, and
The
they're not that great.
shamans.
Yeah, have I looked at them very much? Are they
They're a hybrid class, so they're kind of like a mix
so they're
between a
just not
druid
good.
and a witch.
Oh, really?
Like,
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I would roll a druid before I would roll a shaman.
Yeah.
But I would just tool it to be what I would want it.
Is there a mutagen that turns me into Ib?
No.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Well, it was broken. You didn't
well-
spec him right, so.
But even all our first adventure characters were friggin' broken as shit.
I guess.
No, man, because
Brett
dice
was
sucked
kind
at
of
it.
okay.
Brax
Even
sucks.
Husk.
Yeah, okay, Brack and Husk aside, yes. We all know Brack and Husk were terrible characters.
Yeah, but
all right?
Husk was really
Let's stop
fucking
talking
good.
about
And
it. Husk was
I think if
RP
we go
Central.
back- I think if you guys go back, you will discover that
He can hide in the ground really
you guys
well.
are just jealous that you could also not hide in the earth. Hey, I have a question for you. There was a villain that you guys didn't kill my last adventure. Why was that?
Yeah, but like that's
because
a
he had the
Oh.
power. He had the power that Husk had.
This was just like a Husk redemption tactic.
Husk,
Exactly. All of my adventures are just punitive measures against perceived slights. Like, I don't. You think I GM out of some sort of entertainment?
You're
Fuck
like,
no.
Russell,
So
you
much
did
effort.
you did a bunch of dumb things when you GM.
Why would I do this if I get nothing back?
Yeah, so I'm gonna fuck.
I'm
you
gonna
now.
I'm gonna reverse as much as possible.
Carl's getting laid too much. I'm gonna kill all of his wives.
I'm gonna bring the world back into balance.
Fuck him.
Beard hadn't gotten laid in a week, so he was like,
Yeah,
really
so I was
grumpy.
just like, fuck you.
Carl, the town that Les was the mayor of just got bowled over in an earthquake.
Yeah, you're not anymore. It's all dead. I'm gonna bring your parents back in one adventure so I can kill them again.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Right?
That's what I've always
It's
said.
the way to do it.
If the best way to start a beard adventure is have nothing you cherish, because you'll just take it away.
Why do you think Gorgon doesn't love anything? So Beard can't take it away.
Detached.
Just emotionally detached to everything. I'll cut off your
Okay, we're
penis.
just
Well,
gonna
I've already
start
made it.
momentarily.
Luke's telling me I can't take polypurpose panacea.
No, I'm telling you, it's an absolute waste. to take
Polypurpose panacea?
It's not a waste. I want to get high. Oh.
Dude, there's like an alchemist, or not an alchemist. There's like an item that does all of that and more, like alchemist
just-
kindness and opium.
Buy drugs like the rest of us.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have drugs. I need
Right.
to create my drug empire.
Like, you think if I found a way to, like, make people grow or shrink or entangle themselves, I'd be like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna really focus on growing weed.
Drugs, drugs, drugs.
Let me look at this adhesive spittle thing. What's the range? 15 feet?
Mother, I have done it. I have resurrected your charity empire by selling drugs to the poor.
Heavy typer.
Of course it's. No.
Who could that be?
We're in the heavy typer.
Okay. Okay, so the last miser beast sinks below the waves and takes the gangplank with it. The crew sort of mills about a bit in shock at what happened. They do a head count and everybody seems safe, except for the loss of 2 dogs.
Oh, hell no.
You move
So
the
I'm just gonna
ship
go and
slightly from the
Go ahead.
pay.
So go ahead now.
So fuck.
The-
I don't know. Anna will like approach somebody. Sorry, I should have done this when Benzel's gone. How do we explain away the one that like fell asleep? Like I know probably nobody in the crew
Poison.
will ask. Okay, so Anna will say, one of the creatures has been poisoned, but it won't last forever. We My suggestion is we try to capture it. Now, hear me out. We got trapped in the ice before, and these creatures seem to have no problem bursting through it. If we can, I think I could try to tame it with my taming powers that are definitely not magical in any way.
Gorgon says, "Are you sure? It's an aberration. Its mind could be warped beyond recognition."
I don't know, but
I worry about your taming skills if you were to get too involved with the monster.
I mean, it's worth a try.
I would really prefer not to have one of those around.
Gorgon says it would be an effective icebreaker.
if we get trapped here, it doesn't matter if we discover we'll be the frozen first explorers.
That is a good. I mean, I think it's worth it.
Now you have reached the ice shelf, so you're basically very close to the continent proper, but there is still the issue of getting back through on your way out. So, yeah, it could very well be extremely helpful if
Gorgon
you
went
were able
ahead
to
and
do that.
made a harpoon while we were on the voyage. It actually only takes me 2 days. The
Okay. I
there's
mean, they've
probably-
got harpoons. You could. Yeah.
Oh, well, I made my own. Because it's actually part of my ability. I'm proficient with any weapon I've crafted myself, and I'm not proficient normally with a harpoon.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's acceptable.
So Gorgon,
Such a weird.
it's a
rule.
racial trait.
Such a cheesy way to get get proficiencies with everything.
Kawa.
Yeah, it just takes me a while for anything good. But most of the weapons I've chose to make are shitty throwaway weapons, like boluses and my spring-loaded knife are about the only two. So, anyways, and a kukri. So Gorgon suggests that he could try and harpoon it. The water might be shallower, closer to the continent, but it's not like he can really see.
We don't have to do it now if we think this will be a risk. Like, Anna will try to tell the party, but not like everyone, that because I rendered it unconscious once, I will not be able to... Well, I have a way that I can potentially knock it out again, but it may not work. And if it doesn't work, then we'll have to fight it again.
You can't hex things twice?
Gorgon,
not the same day. No.
So, was the gangplank a specific piece of equipment, Matt, or was it just planks, like spare planks from the ship?
Oh, they
bundled
could
together?
easily.
Okay, so like I don't need to
They
fish
can
it out or
easily-
anything.
Yeah, easily replaced. No,
It's a board.
it's gone anyway. Well, I guess
It's a
wood,
series of
so it
boards.
floats, but
It's
yeah, no, it,
I'm a
No,
series of bats.
it's fine. Wouldn't worry.
Yeah, actually, it
about
would float. Cool. Gorgon says, well,
Okay,
let's fish up that
so-
gangplank and go back to what we're doing. We'll make sure that we drag all the supplies straight to solid land this time.
So if the creature comes up again, we will try that thing, but maybe it'll just swim away.
We'll deal with that if that arises.
Yeah.
So
I can
So
apply some poisons
you
to a
move the
harpoon
ship-
that would render it.
There you go. There's also that.
I'll do that.
Oh, okay. If you want to do that, so they move the ship away from the broken ice some distance, so that they are able to safely unload the rest of the supplies. As they're doing so, Anna, you keep an eye out for this creature, and it indeed does return, but it looks like it's only returned to hunt the seals, and it's back in the area where the broken water is. So how would you like to attempt to tame this creature?
So step one, I'm going to get. Okay, step one, I will sort of like leave. I'm going to notify the PCs, but not like the rest of the crew or anything. I'm going to cast Blend on myself and try to get within 60 feet of the sea monster.
Okay.
Okay.
So you do that, and it does. So okay. So cast. Okay, I guess it
Blend.
will require
And then should I do
blend.
a
Yeah,
hide
do a
check?
stealth.
I don't know why
Sweet.
sometimes the description works and sometimes it doesn't. So I get +4 on this.
Just gotta check what its perception is.
So this is
Don't think it's very good.
so I actually get 18.
It's better than I thought. Okay, it doesn't seem to notice you as far as you can tell.
Okay. So here's my test. I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on it. So I'll see whether or not. So
Okay.
it gets a will save. I will. Oh, so can I take 20? Like, because I'm not threatened to overcharge it.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
acceptable. You're not in combat.
All right. So concentrating, Anna will raise her hand up, and the monster gets a will save, which it fails. So first I
10.
determine whether or not it's a thinking creature, and then the important part, step 2, what its intelligence is.
Okay, so first round, absence of thoughts.
Yeah, step 2 is
Okay,
its
so
hint.
it
Step
is,
3 is what it's thinking.
Okay, so it is a conscious creature. It tells you what its score is. Is that
That is correct.
is that
yeah.
what I do next on this?
Well, it says number
it's an
of thinking
intelligence
minds.
score?
Yeah, the intelligence score of each. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it's
So it has 2 intelligence.
okay.
So
it's
it's
an
not very
animal,
smart.
roughly. I could
And
potentially
third round surface thoughts. It's basically thinking about its hunger and perhaps a slight amount of what I guess you could say is concern or empathy, let's say, for its fellow pod members.
All right.
Say, call it that.
Okay. Then, now here's what determines whether or not this was all a giant waste of time. I'm going to cast Hex Vulnerability on it. So it gets another will save, which luckily it's very fucking bad at.
Oh,
Oh,
also
you know-
make a sense motive as well, please.
Oh, I will do that. I might also actually, Genzi, I'll smack you.
Do it. Set the
This is what
example.
China does to poor.
15.
What you doing?
When I just said, you know what, she was just like, you know what? She's just making
That's
fun of
pretty
me.
funny. That's how you sound.
So I got 15
That's
sense
funny.
motive.
Okay.
Yeah, she's funny.
Sense motive.
You know what?
Yeah, you don't
Looks
notice
funny.
anything in particular. So let's go back to what we were.
Okay, so actually, before I cast Hex Vulnerability, Yenzi, before I cast Hex Vulnerability, I'm actually going to cast Accursed Glare on it and just hope that this is the only encounter we have today.
What a nerd! What a fucking nerd!
Basically. So it gets a will
Okay.
save. So will save again. I hope you like making will saves. So now it is cursed for the next week that every time it makes a roll, it has to take the worst of 2 rolls. So I've just
Okay.
fucked this thing for the rest of its existence. So now if I tame it, it'll be absolutely pathetic. Now I cast.
I have removed curse.
Now I cast Hex Vulnerability on it. So it gets to make a will save, and then if it passes, so if it rolls over 15, then it rolls again and takes the worst.
Okay, so
So
it
it's-
did. Rolls again. Did it just roll the
I
exact
think
same
it just
thing
got
twice in a row? It did.
fucking 218. God damn it. Well, I'm glad that I did all of this bullshit so that the final thing I tried to do failed, rendering this entire process meaningless. Well,
You should have listened to your wife.
I know, right?
You are worthless. Nobody love you.
Don't do that. She talks like a human. She's not a fucking stereotype. Oh,
Oh, fuck, bud. I don't know what you're talking about there.
My
We're
one
all
friend has a
fucking
shit
stereotypes.
impression. She's just looking at me so angry. Anyways, I fail. I leave.
All right, so the creature continues feasting on the seals for a while before it disappears below the surface of the water.
I'm sorry for wasting everyone's time.
You are forgiven.
Okay.
You bring dishonor to your new
So-
family.
Even she's laughing at me. Go ahead.
The crew begins unloading the ship and bringing it closer to the shore where the glacier is. So basically, the continent proper, there is a ice shelf around it, which is this. And basically, at one location, there is a glacial flow that goes out into the sea, which acts basically as a big ramp up onto the continent proper, right? Now, the thing is about glaciers is that when they're moving, because they're constant, it's like a really slow moving river of ice, basically. And because of that movement, they create crevasses. So what the expedition is going to try to do is, because this is, one of the ways up onto the continent, they're going to go up the glacier, but they're going to have to traverse the crevasse to get up on top.
I do that every night.
Keep it to the side chat.
Basically, it's difficult going. They start by creating a few. Now, Sveltna is one of the trailblazers, and the climbing is difficult, but not so difficult that you can't just do it slowly and be able to succeed.
And
so they do that because it's this.
Because I have a climb.
Yeah, absolutely. Anna is also. Yes, she's up there as well,
It's relevant.
fixing the ropes with Sveltna. So they go about fixing the ropes, and they set up a couple of rope bridges to span some of the gaps. And they begin hauling goods up the crevasse. Now, it gets to one point where they're hauling up a large load of goods when one of the ropes snaps. Now, there's more than one rope attached to it, but because of this, it throws it off of the path that had been hauling the goods up, and it begins to sort of slide down one of these crevasses. Now, if it was to fall down and smash, it would likely ruin a great deal of the goods, because if they become, of course, if snow gets in the goods, it can ruin like the food, and of course if some of the fuel breaks open, because they do have some oil there, it will be ruined as well, and so on. So everybody is sort of around when this happens, and I'll just do initiative again, and everyone gets to make an attempt to help to save the goods. Guess I could have left the show. You
I like
guys are all
how-
over the place, though.
Benzel's adventures are educational.
Hey man, he must have done a lot of research
The
into
wizard
it. I
appears
respect.
and asks you math questions.
I would play that.
What is 75 divided by 30?
Is this a new day, Benzel?
2 point.
Yep. Yes.
Hooray!
2.5. Sorry, I bit on Lamat's thing.
Edward goes, well, yeah, but I think it's we're at 2.5.
The derp.
That was fucking
derp.
perfect.
That was really good.
That hole's about as deep as Leslie's vagina. We'll never get it out.
Don't be silly, Edward. I measured it for the sake of science.
Yes,
I
you-
hope so.
Oh, yes, you did.
When did you do that?
When we get back to Abbott Short, Edward is like arrested for sexual harassment or something because he keeps making all these weird comments about Leslie being trans or something.
And no one will know the ugly
Anna
truth.
and Edward, can you see yourselves on the initiative order?
Nope.
Yes.
Should be right at the top.
I don't.
I
Okay,
can't
just
actually.
making sure. Oh, you can't, Beer?
No.
No, I see
Oh,
Gar,
okay.
Gorgon,
Yes,
Les.
I wasn't
and
sure
Salt now.
because you guys. Okay.
I mean, if you-
I shouldn't have done
If
it.
I re-roll, like sorry, because I did it on the last thing, I will just re-roll.
Oh
Unless you
yeah,
want me to.
I'll roll to add
I can
me.
put them in.
Yeah.
It's just because when you guys did, I was on another page and I added you then, so I was wondering, and it did. It fucked it up.
Well,
so.
to be fair, it's their fault for using the character sheet app.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we just wanted to selfishly save time for the DM. I
Save
guess
time. You're wasting
won't
it
do
right
that.
now.
Now that I think about it, I do still have GM privileges, so maybe this week I will add everyone's character sheet just so it takes that much longer to do anything.
So glad I don't have that written down anywhere outside of Excel.
Isn't that convenient for you?
Yeah. So Leslie,
Very convenient.
initiative. Okay, we got everybody. Except for Dar, except for Russell. Did you roll already, Ruskers? Yes, you did. 14.
Oh, sorry.
14. That's okay. Beginning with Nameless Girl. So
It's good at
the the supplies are falling. You could potentially use the rope to haul it back up. You could go down there and attempt to perhaps unpack some of the goods so that the load isn't as heavy. You could set an anchor. You could anchor another rope here, climb down and tie a rope to it. Anything that you can think of that might be applicable, we can run with.
All right, so you said we were kind of climbing this along as this happened.
Yeah, think of this as sort of a as an inclined slope, and then with all these crevices.
Okay, so who has ropes
But
attached
you
to them
guys
right
are.
now?
Well, you don't necessarily have ropes attached to you. They've got
Oh,
set
okay,
up
sorry, I thought we were
basically
dragging.
a crane at the top, well, they've got basically a man-powered crane at the top, hoist.
Oh, okay, and we're kind of
So
right. I gotcha.
yeah. They're using different things to.
If I had to estimate how heavy this guy was, what would it be, like 1,000 pounds? 500 pounds? 15?
Yeah, it's at least a ton, probably. Yeah, something like that. But it's as heavy as I need it to be, basically.
All right, so Sultan's
Good
gonna
answer.
move over here, and she's gonna grab onto the corner and start trying to pull it up, or at least stop it from sliding. How much of this cart is into the crevice?
Okay. It's let's say 30. It's about a third. So to get down there, you will have to make a climb check.
Oh, so it's not really on the surface anymore.
Yeah, to get from up above to down below, just to get from here to there, you will need a climb check.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, this really doesn't represent height very well. But just think of
Right.
if you're going down at all, yeah, you have to do a climb check.
All right, so 28 climb check.
Yeah, that's successful. So you climb down to the goods, and you're going to attempt to haul it back up.
Yeah, I'm just going to start trying to pull it up, or at least stop it from sliding.
All right, let's have you make a strength check.
Push it to the limit.
10.
Living on the razor's edge.
Okay.
So you grab onto the sled and grip as hard as you can and dig your feet into the snow. You aren't able to really find much of a purchase for your feet on the ledge, though, because of the snow and the ice. And you don't seem to pull it up very much at all. Gorgon. Drew, your turn.
I am on mute.
You might be muted.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so Benzel, you might know
just
this.
a delay.
How long does it take to set up a block and tackle?
That's a good question. I'll say it's like a move action, more or less.
Securing the pulley requires 1 minute. So I guess that doesn't really apply.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, block and tackle is for a climber's kit is really meant to be used like when you're thinking things through. It's not a spur of the moment, unfortunately.
Okay, so what Gorgon's gonna try and do is like the sled's still sliding.
Yeah, it's like perched precariously.
How many feet is it away?
If something, it doesn't happen.
How many feet is it away?
It's like approximately 35 feet or something. Approximately.
Gorgon flips open his new harpoon and tries to stick it into the side of the cart.
Okay.
That's actually -6 to that. So 24 versus its AC.
Yeah, it's totally a hit. So the harpoon fired from the crossbow and sinks into the
it's
sled.
thrown. It's like a thrown harpoon.
Oh, right, of course. You throw the harpoon and it sinks into the sled. What are you going to... Are you going to try to anchor the other end of the rope somehow at all, or...
How long does a Python take to deploy? First thing that came up was a ranged Python.
Yeah.
Oh man, I really wish I bought that stubborn nail.
bow.
I really wanted to. Should have got Thrill to make it.
I think a standard is acceptable, or full round even.
I gotta buy
Anyways,
Thrill to scroll through Arcane Lock because I want to buy the stubborn nail. But yeah, so Gorgon passes his.
Oh, Thrindle has.
Oh, you have Arcane Lock?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Gorgon passes it on to someone and perhaps adds his strength to the rope.
Yep. Yeah, Gorgon will anchor it himself
Make a
until we can
strength
get
check.
the rope around the Python.
Okay.
17.
So go ahead and make a strength check. We're on to Edward. All right. So Gorgon throws all of his weight and his strength into the rope. He is able to find a much better spot to sort of position himself against the weight of the goods. Edward's turn.
All right. So, is there any other crew around, or are we like fairly alone?
Yeah, there's like a few crewmen up here. There's also like
Oh,
a small
shit.
team of dogs as well.
Well, that's my plan down the fucking drain. I guess I'll just, I'll just help. I'll just pull or something. So allow me
Okay.
to do a.
So Edward goes over and adds his strength to the rope.
Actually, what I could do is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, Sveltna, you think you can tie another rope to it, just to, in case one breaks, and also split up the strength of the pulling.
As you start talking slower, Svelna just shouts out, "Throw me the rope!"
And he throws the rope.
So Edward throws down, this is an extra rope, of course, down to Sveltna, who easily catches it. Did you want to do anything else, Edward? Did you make a strength check?
Well, if I can do something else other than just throwing a rope, and assuming maybe Sveltna
Yeah,
has
it's
tied up
like-
my rope, I'm going to attempt to
I'll do that
pull.
on my turn.
Oh. Well, yeah, I'm not doing shit then.
Yeah, you can just do your strength check now. That's fine. Unfortunately, though, you seem to have the same problem as Sveltna, as you're not able to brace yourself very well against the weight of the goods. Leslie's turn.
What are the ways that we can actually help in this situation? Is there much we could do besides hauling on the rope? I'm having trouble visualizing it in my head. You know,
Well, you could. Yeah, you could pull on the rope. You could have gone down and secured more ropes, gone down and unloaded some of the goods to relieve some of the weight. There's like a dog team up here that isn't pulling. Anything else you can think of?
I could.
Surely you must have some kind of magic that could.
Well, I was thinking I could drink my monkeyfish extract, and I could just climb and bring stuff up and down, take some of the weight off of it.
Yeah, you could very well do that. Yeah, sure.
All right, I will do that. I'll also give Sveltna well, I don't know if I can do that, but I'll give her an extract to hold on to or whatever if I can.
Are there people up here with us, or can we get away with spellcasting?
I already said, and I think we can't. I wanted to summon my
there
skeleton.
are a couple people around. They're rather distracted. Yeah, summoning a skeleton might be difficult to.
Yeah.
You know what? If you like summoned him in the snow and he was covered in snow, you could just play it off like an abominable.
It's a snowman!
snowman or something.
He listens to my will.
Dude, that's so fucking good. I might do it.
No, that's
Please
not
don't.
good.
That's not good.
That's bad.
That's not good
That's
at all.
bad. You're bad. Bad.
Oh no,
bad.
that's so good.
Anyway,
Just-
that's what Les is gonna do. Les is gonna hand Sveltna an Endure Elements extract in case she needs it, and he's gonna start climbing up and down and relieving some of the weight.
snowman.
He's also gonna say to Sveltna, he's like,
Okay.
should I be hammering pythons or something in here? I don't really know much about this stuff.
So
Yeah,
the
you
points
could-
up to
You
the
could do, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
like
Gorgie
to a
needs
higher
someone
point
to.
of land for
Okay.
you to hammer pythons down.
Yeah, because like you do realize, Luke, I've already got my harpoon through the side of the cart. We just need to apply some leverage.
Yeah, so I was thinking if he puts the pythons at like the high point, then we can kind of like, or does your harpoon have a rope on it?
Yes, it has 50 feet of rope attached to it.
Yeah, so couldn't we tie it off so that,
That's what I need the python tied in for.
right? So shouldn't Leslie hammer that in like
Yes.
higher ground?
Yeah, Les will do that. Les will go and hammer pythons.
I'm confused.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
So Leslie hammers a python into place and quickly wraps the rope The end of the rope that Edward had around the python. Gar's turn.
Gar will
The
also,
goods begin to slide down the mountain, or glacier, rather.
Gar will also hammer a python.
Okay. So, Gar also hammers a python into place. Perhaps do you want to attach the same rope to this one, making it fastened more surely, or do you want to throw down another rope?
Separate rope.
All right.
Also, Gar will start a prayer.
So he throws down his
and-
felt. So Gar throws down a second rope towards Feltna. Anna, your turn.
I'm just gonna finish my turn, then you can sing again, baby. I will.
Let her sing.
I will make a handle animal
You gotta
check.
teach it.
Stop oppressing my culture by saying that my woman is not my property. I'm going to make a handle animal check to try to get the dogs to help pull the. Do I have to like tie a rope to them or?
Yeah, you just like you very easily attach a rope to like their harnesses, and yeah, but I will take that handle animal to get them to haul.
Okay. Zoo.
You go over to them and they're
Sad.
sort of excited. Are we playing a game? And you go
Yep.
over and attach a rope to them
The game
and
is
encourage them to
don't
pull.
starve.
And they
death.
pull with all their might. They seem to have them in addition with the new anchors and Gorgon's strength score. The group seems to have arrested the fall of the goods. Nameless girl. So, as long as you're able to continue successfully hauling it up without any mishaps, you should be good. Nameless girl.
All right. So are there any ropes? Like I have 2 ropes, I believe. That
There's
aren't
one
attached to pythons.
attached.
Okay, so there's one
You've got 2 that are attached to pythons.
but aren't attached to the cart.
Correct.
Correct. Okay, I'm going to start attaching those to the cart.
Okay. What did we say before? It was a sleight of hand check. That's right. So
30.
nice. So it's extremely secure. Let's roll down another one.
$24.
Then it's Gorgon's turn. Slightly less secure, but still pretty awesome. So the goods don't seem to be sliding down the crevasse anymore, Gorgon.
Gorgon's going to use his harpoon rope, so he's going to take the 2 pythons. He's going to wind his rope in an S shape through to hold his rope in place, so he can do so with minimal effort.
Okay. So I'll take a sleight of hand from you as well.
Sure. Oh, 1 second. I need 20. 19?
Yep, that's pretty well tied. And that's about, so you tied the 2 ropes together.
Well,
and then
yeah.
was there anything else? That's about.
Well, no, basically, like, it's how you
So-
dock a boat using a cleat. Yeah, like, as long as you get the S pattern in, you can use the torque from the pythons instead of your own strength to lift.
Okay.
I understand what you're doing.
Yeah,
So it's like a full round then, I guess.
yeah.
I don't really, but that's okay.
These people have never had to work on an island.
I worked on a boat.
These people have never
Edward.
had physical jobs.
It was like a. It was like a.
Exactly.
Drew,
thing,
fuck
like-
you.
like,
Fuck
for
you.
showboat.
Anyone else want to fuck you?
Yeah.
Matt, fuck you. For good license.
So basically, like you see how I kind of drew that thing that looks like boobs? Those blue points would be the pythons, but you want to wind the rope like that so that like the weight is off your arms and onto the rope. The dick is not my
Right.
drawing.
I see what you mean.
I repeat, the dick is not my drawing.
I retract the fuck you I gave to Carl.
So I will attempt another pull then, I guess. Oh no! Yeah, Edward is just like, oh, this is really heavy, guys. I'm trying to all I can. If only I could use a little bit of magic.
Get
Edward's
networked by a
like
girl.
trying to pull on the rope, and it's more like he's just sort of like holding it and like hanging off of the rope. more
Never
than
been really good at physical labor.
anything.
Les will continue climbing up every so often. After getting some instructions from Gorgon about how far pythons should be spaced apart, he's going to set off climbing up and hammering them in, and climbing up and hammering them in. And that's what I'll continue to do.
So Les creates more anchor points,
Yeah.
and Gar.
Gar will go and chill with the dogs and see if he can improve their morale.
Hello, doggy.
Okay.
Everybody's pulling.